it gaps down and breaks the trend line. Now watch this move here. Right, now watch this. Let's go a little further. Go to about right here. Right? So now you talking about the dollar not losing. Look at this, y'all. Right? So now you talking about the dollar not losing. Look at this, y'all. So I want us to understand something. Look at this fall, y'all. Right? And so I want us to understand something. What I want us to understand is this is a lot of us, like this is one of the most important times for us. And the reason why it's one of the most important times for us is because on top of the dollar losing value, here's something that's about to happen next as well. So we all have heard about the China trade. We already talked about the carry trade. We've already talked about the yen. We've already talked about what Japan is. I mean, I'm sorry, not China, Japan. We've already talked about the yen with Japan. We've already talked about like what's going on over there. Did you also know that America just said, yo, we are about to bail Japan out? All right. And the reason why the reason why this chart is so important is because, remember, as the dollar get weak, you lose purchasing power. As the dollar get weak, you lose money sitting in your savings account. As the dollar get weak, we lose. Yeah. Now what happens is America is now going to print anywhere between $20 billion to $100 billion to bail Japan out. Well, they have to bail Japan out. Why, Trap? Well, think about it. There's three ways that this world went. The first way the world went was America decided not to be a manufacturer no more. They decided to be a bully. And so what do bullies do? Just let's be real. America decided not to be a manufacturer anymore. They decided to be a bully, and they decided to be what? The world reserve currency. And so which means we're going to make the world use our currency, and we're going to back our currency with the petrodollar because we've taken ourselves away from the gold standard. Because if you have the gold standard, you can only print as much money as you have gold, right? And let's be real with you. That worked for a long time. Whether you believe it or not, America was able to bully the world for a long time. Why? Because we just simply got more guns than everybody. It's just simple, right? And no matter what you look at, nobody spends as much money on military as we do. So that means we just built like that. Oh, my God, my bad. My bad, y'all.
That nigga doubled up on us.
Right, so we just built like that. Now, whether you believe it or not, it just is what it is. And then China, during that same time, said, all right, well, we got to do this in phases. And China played a 30-year game. You know how it go when you winning. When you winning, you just think you're going to win forever. Let's just be realistic. How you think you go in trading? When you win in the trade, you're like, bro, I can't lose a trade. I got high hands right now. It's just going to keep going up. You just got high hands. You feel like that. Winners think they'll never lose. And that's not a bad thing, but some winners also understand, watch this, who the opponents is on the chessboard. The minute you stop realizing who the opponents is on the chessboard, you lose the championship mentality. The minute you keep thinking, man, nobody can't mess with me, man, I'm good. One thing you can say what you want to say about Floyd. The one thing Floyd did better than every other fighter outside of somebody like my guy Andre Ward was they never lost respect for the person on the other side of the ring because they knew at any given moment, even Mike, even Kobe, they never lost respect for the other person on the other side, which made them great. Watch this. What did people like Mike Tyson have, Adrian Broner have? They lost respect for the person on the other side of the ring. And when you lose respect for the person on the other side, it actually becomes your biggest weakness.
Yep.
And so what America did, because they knew they had the big gun, because they knew, yo, we making everybody use our dollar, they lost respect for the fact that China was playing a 30 to 40-year game. And the game that they was playing was, hey, watch this, what I'm about to say, they're going to be quick. At the time, like, yo, we can't really beat them in that, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to just sell cheap labor. We're going to become the world manufacturer. And it took them 30 years, 40 years. They've been doing it for 40 years now. And so now when you get to a time where you like, hey, because watch this, when somebody's underestimating you, that is, so I want you, everybody in the chat, I want you to realize this. When somebody start underestimating you, I want you to say, oh, I got him.
Yep.
When somebody underestimates you, I want you to say, oh, I got him. Because now they so stuck in their boldness, in their big-headedness, they forget how the field look. They forget how the field look. And so let me say this right quick, right? America was the bully. China became the manufacturer. And then, watch what I'm about to say here. Japan became the lender to the world.
Right.
Okay? Japan became the lender to the world. Well, Trap, how did they become the lender to the world? Well, Japan understood that if we keep these rates low, everybody will lend money from us. And so while the whole world was lending money from Japan, what was they doing? They was bringing it to America. And what they was doing, that's where the carry trade came in. That's when I'm not going to lie, about 3 years ago is when I really started respecting Forex traders. I said, oh, y'all really be getting to it because you trade money. You trading currency. And I'm going to be real. I realized why the Forex game is the way it is because the hedge funds around the world trade Forex. I'm not gonna lie, I was like everybody else, I was like, man, that Forex stuff is a scam, dog. That shit is crazy. And then once I really start tapping into money, I said, oh, this is the real game right here. Stocks is like, okay, cool, but the bond market and the Forex market, that's why bond traders, people don't talk about it, but bond traders get to a bag.
What?
Bond traders get to a bag.
They hiding out.
Forex traders, you doing it right because that's where currencies, and I didn't realize that. So all my Forex traders, forgive me for my naivety. Come on, I'm back to back with word bags. Jose, you really sleeping on my word bag, bro.
I know the
you really not compliment me on my word bag tonight, and I don't appreciate that, bro.
Definitely compliment. I already know the Forex dudes gonna be clipping that piece up already. It's going right on their social.
They deserve it. I'm not gonna lie, because once you really start learning about money.
Crazy.
What happens is Instagram alters your perspective on a lot of stuff. And I got to be real. Like when I first got in the game, it was all about stocks. Nigga, stocks. Stocks. And then you start learning about the bond market. And you start realizing one of the greatest traders of all time, the bond king, was all about bonds. One of the greatest traders of all time that people don't talk about. And then you start realizing, like, oh, this is how the money get maneuvered in the Forex game. So anyway, let me back up. Let me go back to what I was talking about. So, somebody said, yep, it's hard to believe. Yep, it's real. So then everybody's getting the money from Japan, bringing it to America, putting it in American assets and American bonds, and then getting the payoff, and then splitting the difference. That's the arbitrage. Splitting the difference and saying, hey, I'm going to pay this off to Japan, and I'm going to pocket this bread. Well, that worked for 30 years. But the whole while, you not realizing. So first what America did was J.P. Morgan was really amazing because when Europe got in trouble, J.P. Morgan stepped in, helped them out, and that's why America became the financial capital of the world. Because they helped Europe out, they gave them a big loan. J.P. Morgan did it. That's how he came like, yep, I got him. J.P. Morgan did it, and then when he took over General Electric, took it from what it was called, when Thomas Edison had it, Edison Electric, when he bought that from him, that's how he changed the game. That's how really J.P. Morgan changed the game. They got Edison Electric, bought all the shares, turned it to General Electric, or what we have today, and then he had the massive deal where he helped put the money together that helped the EU out when they was going to war. That changed the game. That changed the game. So we got to learn how the money game even evolved. And I know I'm getting into something different, but I just want y'all to understand where we at. And so what happens is now over a 30-year time span, everybody getting this free money from Japan. Everybody getting this free money from Japan because we get to get the Japanese bond, we get to get the loan from Japan at 0% or low 0%. We get to get that money, put it in the American market. Why? Because the American market is where wealth is made at. Because they done took over the money from who? From the EU. They're like, nope, y'all getting money from America. So America had this stronghold. That's why when you look at all them old American pictures, you see all the people in the streets, after the war and all that. Like, we would never do that today. But it was really because America was proclaiming dominance on the world. We ain't that America no more. And the players on the chessboard have changed. And so what you see happening now is, you seeing now, watch this, I'm about to tell you something so I'm going to tell you how Trump helps America and hurts America, whether you believe it or not. One, you needed somebody, how am I going to say this? You needed somebody that was willing to do the dummy moves, for lack of better words, the bold stuff. You know why? Because America see the board shifting, and you need somebody, we call them crash dummies in the street, right? You need a crash dummy. You need somebody that's willing to do what the normal politician won't do. And that's do the crazy stuff we see happening on TV, the egregious stuff that's happening on TV. Not the ICE stuff, but the stuff with the other countries. Hey, we're going to put tariffs on you. I want you to understand this, and I want you to understand this from the bottom of your understanding. There's nothing that a president can do on his own without somebody else saying, hey, go with it. I want you to understand this. I want you to understand this. There is nothing, because watch this, no one is bigger than the system. Nobody bigger than the system. And so you gotta have a give and take. Notice, every time he won an election, who did he win it against? Think about this for a second. Every time he won an election, who did he win it against? A woman. Now, I'm not here to tell you nothing crazy. I'm just saying to tell you that the America that has been established is not ready to see a woman, white or black, run this country. So you don't put him up against another man. You don't put him up against somebody who, because watch this, because America itself is a male ego-driven economy. Watch this. The male ego will vote for a man that he does not like before he vote for a woman. Now, I want you to get your feelings out and say, like, I'm not saying she wasn't ready. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying she wasn't worthy. I'm not saying none of that. I'm saying if you look at where we are today, America is a male-dominated thing. Think about this. Think about what I'm about to say right quick. Watch this. Just hear me when I say this. Hear me when I say this. America gave the black male, watch what I'm about to say here. America gave the black male rights before he gave it to the white woman. Y'all not hearing me. You're not hearing me. You're not hearing me. The whole reason you had a feminist movement because white women said, hey, y'all got us messed up out here. Nah, I'm not playing a racial game. I'm saying that the American economy is so male-driven, they would vote for, they gave the black man rights before they gave it to the white woman, bro. Now, check me out. Check me out. It's not saying that she wasn't competent to be the president. It's saying they will vote for him before they will vote for her, even if they probably thought that she was smarter.
Let's go, Trap.
That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying that's how the male ego is. And so the new America is like, nah, bro, like a woman can do this and that. We ain't tripping. Like, bro, let her do what she do. She can play basketball. She can play football. We see women doing all kind of dope stuff now. But when you get into like the higher things, like we don't be tripping on it, but at a higher level, they haven't evolved there yet. On our level, we like, nah, bro, like she can run a company. I ain't tripping. Like, let her do what she wants to. I ain't, nigga, she good. If she get out to the Super Bowl, get her up. You feel me? Hey, she can get out to the Super Bowl, let her run that joint. We ain't tripping, but at a higher level, at the elitist level, they haven't evolved that much yet. Their ego hasn't allowed them to say, bro, I'm straight on that. That's all I'm saying. Ladies, I'm not saying, I think you're capable. As a matter of fact, it is said, watch this, there's a stat that says that actually women are better than men with money. That's a stat, that's a statistic. Until you get to a different level, the evolution of being able to say, man, she probably can run this joint. They ain't there yet. So anyway, let me get back to what I was going to. I don't want get stuck there. So now what happens is China has now, over the last 30 years, watch this, over the last 30 years, they have put themselves in position to be, watch this, the manufacturer of the world. All right, so how did they do that? Well, they started training skills on manufacturing. Like from everything, from iPhones and everything. And what America started doing was, watch this, they started saying, yo, we don't even, watch this. They started sending jobs to China because we got what? Greedy. Right? Because wealth became, nobody saw 30 years down the line. Nobody saw 50 years down the line. Nobody saw that, hey, you know, we give all our jobs away to China, we're going to start having to depend on them, right? Nobody saw that fall down the line. You know what everybody kept saying? Boy, we making some money. That's what the American, that's what happened with greed. Hey, we making some money. Hey, we making money hand over fist. I'm the richest man in the world. I'm the second richest man in the world. I'm the third richest man in the world. I got millions. I got billions. I got this. I got that. And we shipping jobs overseas. So what happens is America becomes now dependent on outside infrastructure. But what we did spend a lot of money on was what? Guns. That's what we spent. Listen, that's what we spent the most money on. We stopped spending money on infrastructure and we start spending money on guns. Because in our mind, we thought that as long as we the muscle, we can keep this whole thing under control. But nobody thought about that. Yo, at some point, Nas made a statement that was really good. He said, the strong rule the weak, but the wise rule the strong. So at some point, the brute force gonna get laps running around it by intelligence. Man, they ain't with me right now. Right?
We here.
Right? Now, I'm just here to talk about this for a second. At some point, and so here's we are in a time where now America, and even though I live in America, and I'm American, I probably ain't gonna never go move to China, none of that. So we gotta figure out how to survive here. Watch this. We gotta figure out how to survive here as the gap between the have and the have-nots keep on getting bigger. Right? So I'm not here to say, listen, I, for a fact, understand that I love the fact I think that women are brilliant at a high level. I think we have evolved in the way to where women say, yo, I don't want to be in a house no more. I can go make as much money as you. I can go learn as much as you. And let you know what? Half the people I cheated on in school was women. I never cheated off my homies. I always cheated off the pretty girl page.
Shit,
Say
not
love?
me. Not me.
Fairly
Anybody
decent
can get
dude,
it.
was making a couple dollars. I
Anybody
always had
can
some
get
fresh
their
kicks.
homework, cheat
That
on
allowed
it.
me the
Got A's.
opportunity to do what? Cheat on your page. Come on, I got you. What you want, McDonald's? This one, McDonald's was probably healthy. This one, McDonald's was healthy.
When it was just potatoes.
This one with chicken nuggets was real chicken.
Real chicken.
This one with French fries was real Idaho potatoes.
Potatoes.
This is when cold drinks did not have high fructose corn syrup. This is that era. We didn't have all the artificial and all that. No.
I'm cheating on anybody
You
homework that got A's and B's. I don't care if you're ugly, pretty, whoever I could get to the fastest,
feel
that's
me?
answer me quick. Hey, can I get it?
Shit.
Run that.
I got you. Food truck, McDonald's. Come on. This is when Happy Meals was really like it, when we got them for the toy. Come on.
Really happy.
It's really happy. This is when the Hamburglar had his own commercial. Stop playing. Right? So I believe in the brilliance of our women today, of all colors. Okay, so let's go a little further. Y'all with me on this? We trapping or we trapping? We trapping? All right, cool. So here's what happens. So now what happens is Japan now said, okay, our economy is crashing right now. And the only way to, because no matter what situation is, you got to go to what? Save yourself. And so now Japan, save yourself, put everybody in what? Defense mode, because now everybody that was getting the free money now got to say, hey, I got to come up off this because now the investment ain't worth it no more. Because now the investment I was getting 4, 5, 6, 7% on because I had 0% interest. Now the interest is going up and this investment ain't as attractive no more. Right? And so now what happens is Japan, under so much drama, now and trauma, and the economy is about to crash, and it's horrible. Remember, Japan's GDP is 250. That means if they made $1 trillion, they still 250 something in the hole. That means that is bad for them. That means they're bringing in that much, they have that much more debt than they have what? Money coming in. Now, we at 120, but they at 250. That's horrible. That ain't the pot calling the kettle black. That's the kettle being like, damn, you black. Right? Now just walk with me as we walk on the journey, because this is important for us to understand. And I'm saying all this because I need us to understand that now investing and trading is non-negotiable. It's financial suicide if you don't. I'm saying all that to get us here. It's financial suicide if you don't. And the reason why is because if we go back to the screen and see how much the dollar is crashing, we haven't been to this level since 2000. I'm telling you that if we don't take this serious, you're going to be working more jobs. And first of all, we got to put this in our brain. They got AI that's taking jobs. So when they take the job ain't coming back. And so now you work in 2 and 3 jobs to equal what you was getting at one job for some people. And the money still ain't adding up. So now you get what? Financially fatigued. So now you got to start doing things. It's time for you now to become, watch this, y'all, financially savvy. It's time for you to become financially savvy. I'm not saying quit your job. No, here's what you need to do. You need to keep that job, because now that job is an important source of income. So I'm going to be real with you. I'll be telling all my people, bro, don't quit the job, fam. Don't quit the job to try to become a full-time trader. Watch this, because you don't need to be a full-time trader. Because when trading ain't right, I don't care who you is. I don't care how phenomenal you try to be. Every trader going to go through a situation where, damn, bro, I'm just in a slump right now. I'm just in a slump right now. Like, for whatever reason, and what happens is you can still have that job to do what you need to do. So listen to me. Right now, it's not the time to be saying, I won't quit my job and be a full-time trader. No, what you need to be doing is saying, hey, let me cut some of my expenses so I have more money to trade with. Oh, come on, they missed that bar. They missed that bar. They missed that bar. They missed that bar. Right? You so gun-ho about I want to quit my job when you not realizing the environment that we are in. You keep thinking, no, I'm going to be real with you. If you quit your job to become a full-time trader, you actually going to make more mistakes, because your job is the reason why you ain't sitting in front of the screen all day. Because guess what? Sitting in front of the screen all day for a man is like looking at the beautiful woman that's tempting, but she's sitting right in the corner. You look at it, but eventually you're going to be like, hey, I ain't going to do it. I ain't going to do it. What's your name, man? And the minute you say that, it's done. For a woman, it's like looking at your favorite makeup or your favorite lingerie or your favorite glass of wine. Because y'all got different. See, for men, we simple. For women, it's a variety of things. It could be wine. It could be makeup. It could be perfume. Men, we could be musty. We don't care about none of that. How she look?
A bag.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to look at it for so long before you tell me. So what happens is if you quit your job to be a full-time trader, actually, watch this. Your job is what's keeping you from blowing that account. Your job is what's keeping you from blowing that account because you know them people don't want you on that phone. So them 3-4 hours where you sneaking and not being on is making you leave a trade alone. It's making you not look at trades that ain't there, and now you just, every setup look like the setup you supposed to be using. No, that ain't it. It's a fake out. But you don't see it like that. You know what you keep saying? Man, the job getting in my way. No, the job really saving a lot of y'all. Because without the job, guess what? You going to be a bum. Yep. Without the job, guess what's going to happen? You're going to be homeless. Because you're going to start treating the market like the casino. And you know how many, see, people don't talk about this. You know how many people broke because of the casino? All right, let me get to it. All right, let's go a little further. So then what happens is, so now Japan, because they're raising the rates, now people got to do what? We got to sell American assets. So this is why crypto is really taking a beating right now. It's because it's the first thing that's going to go because we're going to do it in line. Now, I'm not saying that crypto is not a good asset. I'm saying when people get in retreat mode, they retreat to the thing that's the most riskiest first. When people get in retreat mode, remember, we not the ones that's moving crypto like that. It's the big institutions. For all my crypto people that feel like it's, man, the banks can't do this. Who you think got the, go look at the whole while JP Morgan then was saying, don't buy crypto, guess what they was doing? Buying billions of crypto. The same when Citibank was saying, oh, no, we ain't doing this. Guess what they was doing? Buying crypto. The same way when BlackRock was saying, no, guess what Larry Fink was doing? Buying crypto because they see the future too. We be thinking, oh, we just so brilliant. No, they see it too. You know why? Because power don't like leaving power without a fight. The idea that you had in the beginning was probably right. Yeah, it's deregulated, But the minute JP Morgan said, yep, give me $5 billion, and the BlackRock said, yep, give me $10 billion, the minute they start saying, give me a Bitcoin spot ETF, the minute they start saying, yeah, you can put this in your 401k, they had infiltrated the system. They infiltrated the system. And so the risky, I'm not saying crypto, I got 6 figures in crypto, but I understand that it's a risky asset. I'm not tripping, but once you start saying, I'm like, bro, I love it. I ain't tripping. Like, I'm good with it. But you start realizing they're going to get off what's risky first. So what they do, they sell the crypto. That's why crypto can't take a break. But every asset go through this. So it's going to pop. When things stabilize, it's gonna blow, it's gonna pass 200,000. I believe it. But it gotta go through this cycle until the world finds some type of stability somewhere. Until somebody say, hey, there's a new #1 here, or China or Japan done got what it has. So first thing they do is all right, we gotta sell this crypto right quick because we need what? We need liquidity. 4K in the chat, Jose. Come on, you slipping.
Bro, first off, you cooking. Second,
it don't matter. Don't matter how much we think. I don't know what that means. I'm thinking you saying 4 horsemen or something. I don't know what that means.
You don't interrupt.
You don't see what the lady been saying on? If you see this, you mean you in danger. I'm thinking you all right. I'm looking like he all right. He good.
You don't mess up a cook moment, a cook session. You know how your mama be in the kitchen cooking? You don't go in there and be like, let me get a taste. Nah.
All right. So watch this. Let's go a little further. Your Bible says, man, shut up. All right, so watch this. Let's go a little further. And so now, the next thing they got to do is now once we sell some crypto, that's why you see crypto in the space is in, but it's still moving, but it's kind of stuck where it was. The next thing we got to do is now start selling U.S. treasuries. So now what Japan got to do now? They got to sell these treasuries. Why? Because they're like, bro, it's either me or you. Now everybody in save theirself mode. So because everybody in save theirself mode, America got to do what? Save Japan. You know why? Because they can't afford for Japan, who owns over right now had about $900 billion in U.S. debt. The only person who had more debt than that was the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve is the biggest buyers of U.S. debt. So it's like owing your first cousin money. I'm not going to lie. Like, I can owe George some money or he can owe me some money. I'm not going to really trip. I'm not going to press him for it. I don't think he's going to press me for it. Like, hey, bro, you owe me some money, dog. And if worst came happen, I'm like, bro, I don't even want the money. Nigga, give me 200 push-ups and say animal sounds while you do it. Really? That's more humiliating to him than me getting the money. And we do it all the time. Like, I don't want the money, bro, but hey, give me 100 cow sounds when you do that, dog. Now I just want you to look foolish. I'm going to record you while you're doing it. Moo. Yep. Got him. Yep. And while you at it, give me 50 snake sounds. Yeah, go what you doing? Yep, I want to hear it. Yeah. Now give me 25 ducks. Quack for me. Hey, the quack, nigga. Quack. Quack, quack. I love it. I get to show it to when I'm 65. The money, we going to blow it. So that's what the Federal Reserve on the United States money is like. But because they never, even though it's a separate entity, it's still tied to the same tree. So you're never going to do nothing to kill your own self. But guess what happened if Japan and China do it? Guess what? Hey, I need that money, partner.
I need that.
So now what happens is, so what America has to do is they got to step in and help Japan. You know why? Because they don't want Japan to sell what? Them bonds. So guess who they're going to take it out on? Me and you. So when they go print another 20 billion or 200 billion, remember, they print that money out of thin air. They just go into the machine and say, yep, print it. So when they print the money, guess what happened? Your money done lost some more value. So now you see the dollar down to 95. Don't be surprised if it go down to 93. We in that type of time, y'all. And so when you hear Trump say, hey, yeah, we're going to give every American $4,000 extra dollars. Because they took your money. They were supposed to give you that last year, but they took your money and said, hey, let's invest it for the year, and then we'll give it to them next year because we got to go make some more money.
That's crazy.
I'm not saying this from an emotional perspective. I'm saying this is the time where you got to say, hey, as an American, unless you plan on just going to move somewhere else, like you plan to go moving to UAE or something like that, I ain't mad at you. But for me, I'm here. I ain't going nowhere.
I'm going.
The first time I do is go move to Florida. I ain't going to Cali. That's too far. The time change is going to mess me up a whole while, and I love it out there. I'm going to go right to Florida somewhere. Sunny Isles, Miami, West Palm. Low taxes, weather is good. It's still the hours are still the same. I ain't going nowhere far. And so now what happens is that money that they printing now hurts you and me. And the only way that we combat that is by learning how to buy these assets. If not, that financial fatigue gonna whip your tail. And I can promise you, none of them ain't come and save us. Now look at the dollar. I want to look at this right quick. And then we're going to get to what we got to get to. My bad, y'all. I know I went on a rant. I apologize for what we had going on. Sometimes I just get like that. How y'all feeling in the chat?
We feeling good.
All right. So first thing let's look at is this. Let's look at this silver, y'all. Me and Rob was looking. As soon as Rob came in, he was like, "Hey, bro, you seen that move?" I'm like, "What move?" He was like, "That silver." I was like, "Huh?" Sean walked in. "Hey, you saw that silver move?" I was like, "I ain't. What move you talking about, bro? Like, I'm doing something else." They futures junkies, you heard me? They future out. I'm like, bro, I ain't see the nigga market close. I ain't looking at that number. STX right now. That's all I'm looking at. STX. But let's look at this futures move. Look at this futures move, y'all. Look at this. This is what we know. I had this thing marked out way up. Look at this crazy. I had this thing marked out way at $49. At $49, I had this thing marked out. I think it's 112. The after hours, it made a crazy move. And I'm about to tell somebody something. Somebody need to hear this. Somebody need to hear this, what I'm about to say. Somebody need to hear what I'm about to say. Now, I know somebody going to probably, soon as silver pull back a little bit, guess what they're going to say? Man, look at Trap told y'all to invest in that silver.
Yep.
That nigga dumb. George, can you give me some ice, brother? I appreciate you, cuz. So I'm going to just say this to you. There's a change in, watch what I'm about to say. Finally, Ray Dalio been saying this for 75 years now. Pissing me off. I'm going to say something too, right quick. I'm going to show y'all something. I'm about to say something. I'm going to get back to my rant. I'm going to get back to this gold and silver. I'm going to say something. The culture messed with everybody, and the news messed with everybody who was attached to Diddy. Everybody that said something about Diddy. Everybody from that interview did it. But ain't nobody say nothing about Ray Dalio when he went to Diddy's house and sat down with him for 2 hours and did that interview. Not one person brung Ray Dalio's name up. Y'all know who to play with. I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to let y'all do what y'all do. I ain't going to say nothing about it. I'm going to go about my business because I don't want no smoke. But I'm going to say y'all know who to play with. Everybody, for some reason, y'all got mad at everybody that did something with Diddy. Y'all got mad at everybody that did something with Diddy, said something about Diddy. Y'all had everybody in the black culture backpedaling. And I ain't never went to no Diddy party. I ain't never did this. Ain't nobody messed with Ray Dalio, who got out his truck, walked in that house, opened them doors up, and sat on that couch for 2 hours while Diddy was writing down, acting like he was his mentor. Ain't nobody tell Ray Dalio nothing. Not a headline, not a YouTube. Y'all know who to play with. Y'all, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Ain't nobody tell Bridgewater Investment nothing.
I'm in a bind, Nate.
Say what you want.
Some other time.
Say what you want. Say what you want.
I really need this.
I ain't see not one black gossip page. I ain't see no shade room page. I ain't see no baller alert page. I ain't see no YouTube internet pages. I ain't see TMZ. I ain't see whatever there is. The gossip, the bossip, the blissip, the housewives. I ain't see nobody tell Ray Dalio nothing. And he sat on that couch for 2 hours. At his house. Pulled up. Ain't nobody tell Ray Dalio nothing. Not a nothing. Not a nothing. Not a nothing. Not a money, power, respect. I want the money and the power. Ain't nobody tell Ray not a nothing. Ray still making videos talking about the changing world order. He sat on that couch for 2.5 hours. The video got millions of views the first day. We all watched it. And we all say, damn, bro, I ain't never seen Diddy that locked in like that. Damn, bro, that was a cold-blooded video. Ain't nobody tell Ray nothing. All right. Anyway, I believe in my heart of hearts, as long as, so China did something that was amazing. Here's what they did. I don't know if they planned this out, but you always look like a genius after it's done. Everything that we need in this AI, robotics, everything that we need now, and here's why silver, so here's what I'm saying. The gold is the protection from the dollar. So I want us to understand why these two things are surging the way they're surging, right? Just say, hey, bro, no, nobody ever say not nah, nutter. Like you, Trap. Watch this. Gold and silver are surging for two completely different reasons. Gold, silver, and copper are surging for completely different reasons. Gold is surging because the dollar is falling, right? And because the dollar is falling, we've always tied the dollar to the gold. We always looked at it like that. But you notice, even when periods when gold was moving, silver never moved. But notice the last 2 years, 3 years, it started gaining momentum, but in 2 years, it just started going parabolic. Here's why. Because now what they wasn't telling us and what they saw before, we were looking at it like, damn, why is silver running like that? But what we didn't realize, and I've been putting this on YouTube for a minute now, is everything AI, everything robot, everything computer, everything electronic has silver in it. Right? So everything that we use has silver in it. Well, Trap, why it wasn't running back then? Because it ain't like it's now. Well, what happened was, the world started realizing, here's how you know panic started kicking in. They started realizing, wait a minute. China has most of the processing for this. See, again, watch this. You don't realize you having one of them. You know you're effed up, don't you? No, you're messed up, don't you? I said 7:45. I mean 7:35. No, you done messed up, don't you? That's the moment we having. The moment you have because you start to realize, wait a minute. Even though we got the big guns, guess what? The silver is in that too. The silver is in the satellites that we got to use to keep us as the big dog. The silver is in the defensive drones that we're using to keep us as a big dog. The silver is in all the electronic material we're using to keep the General Dynamics and the Lockheed Martins and the Northern Grumman's and the Cake Toasts and all the things that we need to keep us with the big guns. Guess what? We got to go to our number one enemy, because they do the processing. Because what you got to think about is silver isn't a product itself, it's a byproduct of other things. And so because we don't have the processing, we got to ship it over to them. And so they're China like, yeah, it's all good. It ain't worth nothing, right? It's all good. We're gonna beat y'all on the other stuff. But wait, hold up. Because everybody realized the world was shifting at the same time. Like, wait a minute. This is like 5 years ago. Like, wait, it's shifting. Okay. This is interesting. But you know what happens is, watch this, when you got so much stuff going on at one time, it's hard for you to focus on, because watch this, you still trying to be the bully. So you still trying to put a military base here. Because when you the bully, guess what you got to do? You got to bully all the time. Because somebody always throwing rocks at the bully. My cousin was in the army. Cuz, do America always got to go set something somewhere to like, oh, we gotta defend this. And you be like, hey, why America getting all in people's business? Because that's what bullies do. So if you go look at the map and say, yo, how many, what would you call it, cuz? Not embassies. What would you call it, like, when America got to go set up some, what it is? Outposts. We got more outposts than anybody in the world. This is why we spend so much money on defense. We spend about almost $1 trillion on defense. We spend more money than anybody on defense. Why? Because in order to stay the bully, you got to spend money on guns. But the problem now is when your guns now need silver. And the silver is processed by your number one enemy. And you already go to them for manufacturing and everything because you don't manufacture nothing. Now you got to get the same guns that you want to fight them with? Wait a minute. That's a problem. And so now you start saying, hey, I got to go buy USAR. I got to get in MP. So now the processing companies that's in America, you got to say, hey, y'all of strategic importance. So I gotta, one, put money in y'all so that you can do what? Build up, because we don't want to rely on them no more. But guess what? Them processing units, I build plants for a living. The average plant gonna take about 2-3 years to get built. And that's a Shell, Chevron, or an Exxon. When you talk about a processing unit, you might be talking about 5 years. And the whole while, you now gotta get the intelligence to do that. This is why China can build a bridge in 72 hours. How long it take us to build a bridge? I don't know, just look in your city. All right, let's get to it, man. All right. So, anyway, my game plan is this. I truly think that gold and silver will go through cycles, but it will keep outperforming the S&P 500. For sure this year. For sure this year. I truly believe that, because what happens is, as America goes through what it goes through, because right now what we doing as America and as a country, I don't care what the news tell you, you got to remember the news is, our news is designed to manipulate us. Our news is also, I remember somebody that helped me build my business. Her name was Johanna. Man, I remember she told me something so fire one day. She was in the military and she worked for cybersecurity. She did cybersecurity at Verizon, Jose. And she also did it in the military. I remember one time she told me that I never thought about it. She told me a while back. She said, you know that America has to lie to the people to keep the people calm. I said, what? She was like, because if America doesn't lie to the people, it's called some word she said in the military that they use. And it's because if you give the people the information, it's kind of like you're on an airplane. If the airplane going down, all the while it's going down, it's going to tell you what? Stay calm. We got it under control. Even though you look out the window, you're like, hey, bro, we going down. That's the common sense. The common sense is, hey, this thing about to crash. Lord, the Lord is my shepherd. But the pilot got to say, hey, we going to be all right. Put your mask on. Don't try to save your kid. And so what happens is you don't want to cause mass panic. So because you don't want to cause mass panic, you can't say, hey, we in hell and high water right now. And so they're trying to figure it out. And so what happens is, so for us as America, you got to kind of look outside and remember. So let me say this, and this is one thing I learned when I was watching Ray Dalio, and I hope y'all not getting bored. I hope we giving y'all information. I hope I'm telling this story the right way so y'all can get it. And then we're definitely going to get into the charts. Get into some more stock-related information. But you got to remember this. Sometimes you got to turn the TV off and go find other sources. And that don't mean even go looking at TikTok and YouTube. It's like going dig deeper. And the one thing that I know for sure that always tells the real story is the markets. The markets tell the real story. What do you look at? Well, first you look at currencies. Then you look at bonds, because interest rates around the world are going to tell you who doing what. So you look at the American interest rates, you look at European interest rates, you look at Japan, and then you start saying, okay, well, that's cool. That's the next thing I need to look at. Okay, let me look at the markets. What are they doing? And then let me look at the futures and see what they're doing. Okay, let me read financial publications. Let me read because financial publications, not CNBC, not stuff like that. I'm talking about real, financial publications that talk about, start looking at the world part of the newspaper. And if you are stable enough, if you're stable financially, go travel to another country to see, okay, I see what's going on right here. Okay, because you'll realize that, hey, there's stuff going on everywhere. All right, so let me go a little further than that. And so I truly believe that gold and silver will keep going up, but they're going up for different reasons. They're going up because gold is people hedging against the dollar because the whole world looks for safety. Because everybody had their money in the U.S. market because it was the best markets in the world. Well, Trap, why do you think the market is about to go against gold and silver and the U.S. dollar? Well, watch this. If you pay real close attention, this is why I say the markets is good. Go look at how emerging markets are outperforming the United States market. Go look at how the Chinese stock market is doing. Go look at how other stock markets are doing compared to the American stock market. And here's a couple you go look at. I think it's, I'm gonna give y'all a couple right quick to go look at. Because I was watching it today and I was like, bro, I'm about to start putting us in some emerging market trades. You can go look up EEM. Go look that up. Go look at EEMV. Go look that up. Right? EEM, that's the Emerging Markets ETF. And as of today, it's up 8%. Year to date. Right? This is how we know. Right? This is how we know. Right? I think another one is EOV. Damn. All right, another one is IEMG. Year to date is up 8%. Right? These are emerging market ETFs. Right? You can go look up VWO. Watch this. Year to date is up 3%. That's Vanguard. Right? You can go look up VEA is up 6%, 7% year to date. Well, Trap, why did you make me look those up? Well, if you look those up, watch this. If you look those up in the last 5 years, you'll be like, bro, the American stock market is killing that. But if you look it up the last 2 years, you'll be like, wait a minute, they outperforming the crap out of the United States. And so what is that telling us? That is telling us that money is leaving out of America, the safe place to build wealth, and going into other markets because no one wants pure exposure to American markets, because it's not saying they lost faith in America. It's saying there's a better investment than America. Who gonna give more gain than us right now, man? Come on, man. This ain't about this is about giving us gain. Right? So it's not saying that you lost faith in America. It's all about saying, yo, remember this, y'all. All right, we're gonna get into it. Remember this though, y'all. I want y'all to remember this, and I want y'all to remember this well. The wealth game don't care about favoritism. The wealth game don't fall in love with no investment. It fall in love with who can give me the best return. Come on, bro. We spit bars tonight.
Let's go, Trap. Talk to him.
Hey, no more C4 for you.
Learn how to invest your
Bro, we
money.
spitting bars tonight. That's George said that. That's
Only
George.
most people only know how to
C4 for you.
spend their money. They don't know how to invest shit.
We still in the charts.
Whoop-de-doo.
Learn how to use the money properly.
Still in the charts.
The most easiest thing, you can go teach a kid how to spend money, but can you teach a kid
Right?
how to invest? Can you teach an adult how to invest?
But there's
Let's
no,
get
and that's
to
all
it.
that's saying. So when you asking Trap, how do I know? The markets never lie to us. Why? The markets never lie to us, bro. Come on. Reach, I teach. You reach, I teach. The markets never lie to us. So all we got to do is really say, yo, let me just pay attention to the market, and let me, watch this, let me not look at the market for greed, but let me look at the market for instructions on where to put my money at. So I'm in a Patreon, they like, Trap, man, what we doing in NVIDIA? I'm like, bruh, the market not rewarding NVIDIA. The market is, watch this, the market is shifting toward memory, equipment, metals, defense. That's what we going at. So we got an NVIDIA play, but we like, all right, bro, like, you know, hopefully you do what you do. We got you till May or April or something like that, but I'm not going to dump money in NVIDIA right now. Whenever I got it, and I got it. But the market showed me, we like MU, we like Google, we like KLAC, we like ASML, we like STX. This is what we like. So watch this. I'm about to show you something. I'm about to tell you something that's real good. Leaders don't lead forever. There's always a Joshua after Moses. God, if I used that wrong, forgive me. It jumped in my mind. I brought you back to the forefront. That's all. There's always a Joshua after. Leaders don't lead forever. Even Mike had to retire. No matter what you say about Brian or not, guess what? He's amazing for his era. But guess what? Boy, it's a young boy in Oklahoma City going crazy right now. It's going out of here. Can't stop him. That boy in Minnesota, Ant Edwards, out of here. There's new leaders that got to emerge. Apple led the game for how long? Apple today take the poverty away. Guess what? It's still a phenomenal company, but guess what? NVIDIA can't smoke them in 2 years. $5 trillion. What's up? What we doing? So it ain't on us to be stuck on, I'm going to keep building in NVIDIA. Stay there. Your money ain't, watch this. Now you got money tied up in a place where it shouldn't be at, and now you're looking at everything skyrocket, but because you tied up in NVIDIA, you're like, bro, I got to get my money. You're a trap buyer. It's okay you get trapped sometimes, but to stay there is a decision. All right, let's go further. Let's go a little further. All right, Jose, let's look at recession portfolio. Let's get to it. How we feeling in the chat, man? 4,200 in the chat. Can we get the 5,000 tonight? Jose, can we get the 5,000?
I think we can, bro.
Can we get the 5,000 tonight?
I think this is...
Come on. I got a story to tell. I flipped flows for you, kicked down doors for you, even left all my... Come on.
Picture that with a Kodak. It's the Mattac.
All right, so here we go, man. Before we do this, man, let me ask you a question. Do we have a spot? I want to start giving highlights on the show of people that's in the Patreon. Do we have a Patreon spotlight? Did Steve send that? Tell Steve send that before this show over. I sent it to him. I sent it to him. Let me see. Let me see if I sent it to him. See if I sent it to him. Let me see if I sent it to him. Let me do this right quick. Right? All right, tell Steve, make that a Patreon spotlight for tonight. All right, here we go. So here's our players we made. Right, here's some plays that we made. All right, so the first play we made is, the first play on the list is Costco. I'm not going to lie, man. Like, I still feel good in this play. We not down much. I think the play is only down. Let me look at it right quick. The play is only down 10%. Not mad at it, right? Somebody said something the other day, Jose, and it was kind of crazy. They said it was in one of my comments. They was like, man, you know, Trap a real dude. I like what he do. The only thing I don't like about Trap, man, is, you know, Trap will get a Goldman Sachs play, or Trap will get a Costco play, and if the play go negative, he just cut the play and be like, all right, we on to the next. Bro, regular people don't got no money to be losing money on no Costco or no Goldman Sachs. And in my mind, I say, bro, if you know you can't afford it, don't get in that play. Wait to get in the play that you can afford. And I always say this in the group. If you know that this play is going to cause any type of mental anxiety, don't get in it. If this play requires more than 30% to 40% of your account, don't get in it. You know why? Because if you get in it and you see one red candle, guess what you're going to do? Nervous system fried. And every candle against you, you're going to just be like, oh, man. So don't get in it. It's okay to just sit on the sideline. But you know why you get in it when you know you can't afford it? Because you greedy. and you don't feel like a play gonna come and you don't want to miss out.
You see all the other wild dogs running.
And I don't even think this person is in the Patreon. I think this somebody that just watched Trappin Tuesdays. Because I didn't see the name. So I don't even think this person was in the Patreon. I think it's somebody that watched Trappin Tuesdays. Because people in the Patreon, they be like, bro, they be like, damn, Trappin, I won't take that L right there. Guess how they be though? I'm gonna get my lick back later on. Mm-hmm. That's how the Patreon be like, I'm gonna get my lick back. I ain't, like right now, I'm kind of like, we got a meta play. We like, I'm holding them back. They're like, hey, I'm waiting for Trap, say it. Like, what's the purpose Trapper having them goons if you ain't gonna let them goons get in the water? I'm like, hey, y'all, I want my lick back too. Cause I ain't never had a play drop $100 on me after earn. Like, I feel some type of way about that. And I'm fighting myself internally not to play meta earnings tomorrow. But I promise you, bro, like, I'm like 70-30, like, bro, I need some of it back, bro. You dropped you cost me $150,000, bro. You cost me $150. And then you want rally right now, you want rally after my play get exited. Like, you tripping, bro. Like, you cost me $150. You drop $100. We was moving up. We came up. We was up $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 going to earnings. You the one gonna tell us, oh yeah, we had to spend $51 billion on a one-time. Bro, why you ain't tell us? Yeah, I feel some type of way about that. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. You cost me $150. Then you double down. You start talking about you spending billions of dollars. Bro, you already lost. Don't even double down on the tax with the more money to spend. What you doing? So now you go from $750 to now you go to $585. Bro, you cost me $150. And speaking of that, Jose, do we got a thing from Malik? We got any video from Malik this week? No. I just want to say something on record right now. All y'all was laughing at Malik last week. Malik served $70 since last Tuesday. I'm talking about cooking y'all. I'm talking.
That's how you jump out the fire pan. And
Malik said, hey, I know the whole lot he was like this. They was saying, oh, I'm gonna be real. I kept saying, Malik, I wouldn't just don't let it go past 50%, Malik. You're like, I'm at 50%, not Trap. You know why? Because I'm gonna be honest with you. To me personally, and so part of this is my unorthodox view of the market. Man, being down 50% don't shake me. I'm not even gonna lie. So I know where he get the confidence from. He been rocking with me for 3 years. Now I do think his strike price was a little high because Meta had never hit $1,000. But now that was part of his own. It was probably cheap. You know what I'm saying? But if you'd have said like, man, I got an $800 car, I'm like, dog, like I ain't tripping because it been there before to go to 1,000. I was like, damn, well, you said 1,000. But I get it. But me, like, I'm not 50% Trap. I was like, bro, that's why I couldn't say cut it. I couldn't say cut it because one, Meta is one of them companies, bro. Like, I'm gonna be real. I've been trading Meta for probably 4 or 5 years. That's probably the only time I ever lost money on it. I've never lost money on Meta but that one time. Never. I've never lost money on, like, ever. And I know it'll move in bunches. $20 here, $25 there, $30 here. Bro, we woke up, that thing was up 20. I say, damn. The first person I thought about was Malik. I said, oh, Malik shining. Bro went up $70 in about 3 days. From the last Trappin Tuesday to now, $70. I said, yeah, Malik, I'm going to speak up for you, partner. Everybody was saying, he hibachi, he dead. Trap, stop being nice. No, I just understand. He hibachi, he fricassee, he in the frying pan. They talking about the man. Oh, you know when they talk bad about you. Now Malik like, I'm at the bank.
What's that song? Oh, that.
Yeah, I'm at the bank. I'm at the bank and you stuck in NVIDIA. Malik, I'm with you, partner. I'm with you. I'm with it. Somebody said it could have went to 0, but it didn't. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. It didn't. So shout out to my dog Malik. Trap got your back, dog. One thing you could say was Trap ain't give up on me. All I said was, hey, bro, just don't go below 50%, Malik. Like, if it go below 50, then we got to think different. Like, I'm at 50%, Trap.
Nah, you had his back.
I had his back. I'm rocking with you. I'm like, bro, I ain't going to cut it.
Everybody in the chat, though.
I'm like, I ain't going to say cut it, dog. I can't say cut it because I've been there before. I done been down a 50 burger. And I'm like, bro, all they take is one headline. You feel me? Now, is it, watch this. He said, I got to play to 2027. That alone gives you like, damn, bro, like, I just need a good headline. Now, is it, I'm going to say something. Is you out your damn mind? Of course I am. I've been there a couple times, but I've been there before. You know what I don't like about trading and all the experts in trading? Everybody be acting like they ain't never did some no nuts, no glory type plays. Everybody act like I did it by the, you're lying. You told me all the ones you did by the book. What about the ones you ain't tell me about? What about the ones you ain't show me? What about the plays you hid that you lost on because you ain't show nobody, but you showed us when it went through the roof, and it went through the roof because you ain't followed none of your rules. You just had a feeling. I ain't by myself. That be the ones I don't put in the Patreon. I got to trade them on Robinhood. That's the ones I trade them out of that Robinhood account. Hey, I just got a feeling. I got that feeling. Baby, I got that feeling. Right, we all been there. Come on, man, we all been there, man. I don't care who you is, man. Because you love the game. You love the game and you love your theory. And in your brain, you a freaking genius. And the market got you effed up because they don't see what you see. We all been there. I'm trying to tell you. That's what this game do you, bruh. You can't have a lukewarm relationship with this game. Either you love it to the point of insanity or you hate it. It ain't no, you ain't, I just really want, no, you shut up, you're lying. You're tripping. You either love it or you hate it. Man, this game's so ugly, I'm gonna just keep it. This game's so ugly, you would turn down sex from your woman.
Now
like,
that's
babe, go
facts.
ahead, man. She's like, hey, just give me something. Hey, go ahead, man. Damn. They ain't even in the mood right now, man. I'm tripping, man. You in that goddamn stock market. Hey. Watch your mouth.
Rob in the back like, amen, amen.
Look, you like, hey, watch your mouth. Look, you babe, don't make me choose. Don't put me in that. What you say next is critical. Listen, your girl say something about the market, you're like she talking about your mama. So you better. George. George, hey, look. Till you do. All right, man, let's get where we got to go ahead, man. Somebody say cap. That's because you don't love it enough yet. You just ain't there yet. That's all that is. You ain't there yet. You ask 10 traders that really love the game, 8 of them going to say yep. No, 7 of them going to say yeah. 2 of them going to think about their marriage and they're going to just be quiet. But then when they halt, they're like, how you doing in the church? Oh, B. Let's go. Let's go. I love y'all so much. Let's look at, all right, people leaving the chat now, Jose. We playing too much. All right, come on, people leaving the chat. All right, first play we got in this Costco. I need that money. All right, people leaving the chat. All right, tell them to come back. All right, I'm gonna stop. Come on, I'm gonna get serious. Just having fun, man. What's the show without us having fun? Come on, man. All right, so next on the play is E and Me, which is a defensive play. We kind of like this play. We've been in it for about a week or something now. Good play, had a big turnaround. I like it. Next play is General Dynamics. Now, I got to say something. The Patreon for this play was an amazing play at what we did. I love it when we strike. So I can say this. The Patreon can say this. We have been striking with precision, but here's some things that's really been good for us this year. One, we haven't been panicking under the pressure. Right? We went through a strategy like you come on here like, damn, bro, it's red. And you looking at me like, I don't know what the hell he doing. Right? But I want to say that there's times where you got to just navigate and you got to let the play out. Right? And so one of the things we did was we stuck really tight to our guns for a lot of it. Yo, this ain't in our way. We cut it, and then we let the play unfold. Some of the times you don't give the play enough time to unfold, and when you don't give it enough time to unfold, you hurt yourself. So one of the things we saw with this play was we got in the play right. It did really good, and I forgot whatever reason it fell off the cliff. Something happened. I think Trump said something about defense, so it fell off like $8. And I said, listen, y'all, we're going to get out the play right here. Don't trip, because if it comes back here, we get back in. And so one of the things you got to do when you trade is you got to say, all right, if I take an L on a play, what does it have to do to be attractive for me again? Right? Because it may be because of a news headline that caused the play to fall. All right, cool. That's something outside of your circumstance. You can't control that. But what does it have to recover for me to get back in it? Now, some people didn't get out the trade. They were like, no, I'm here, Trav. I ain't taking that loss. We got out of the play, and then it recovered so fast, it recovered right back to where we got back in it at like 2 days later. We got right back in it, so the players have about 35%, but they got earnings tomorrow. They got earnings in the morning. No, tomorrow morning or tomorrow evening. They got earnings. So I told the group, let's take a little bit off the top. So we took a little bit off the top, just a little bit. Just enough so where the play could finance itself, but I still got a little skin in the game, right? So I got enough skin in the game to where I don't got everything out of it, but I still have like some of my skin, right? So I don't have, it's not 100%, I didn't flip the money all the way, but I took some of the skin off the table, right? So the next play is GEV. We got that at where my people at, all my people in the Patreon that's in GEV. I see you. So we got GV up a little bit after hours. We got earnings first thing in the morning. This nigga dead, Lord. Oh, would this happen? Would he die today?
I'm adding the sound effect. I gotta do it.
Man, we got GEV. I got my people Shelby in the building. We got GEV in the morning, man, and I promise, bro, if GEV turned up for us in the morning, I was talking to Shelby today on the live, and I said, say, bro, like, because we made a big bag off GEV. Like, that was my biggest play last year, $500,000. Remember that day I said, I got a half. We walked outside. I said, I hit him for $500,000 a day. My biggest play last year, and GEV actually the play that saved me last year. End of the year, half a ticket. Fourth quarter, 1 minute on the clock. You hear me? Came through like, yeah. So I'm like, all right, so GV, we back at it again. I hate that it always stresses me out like this, because we just like, all right. Now, I will say last time I had 380,000 in it. This time I only got like 30 grand in it, so I'm not like, I don't want to lose, but it ain't like, you know what I'm saying? So So yeah. So we got that, and then there go our gold play. Now I'm gonna say something. I was just telling Ashanim this earlier, right? So when I got in this gold play, so I'm gonna tell you something. When you look at gold and silver, you don't really see too much structure there. If you look at the gold and silver charts, it's not like a well-defined structure. It's parabolic, and then it's slight pullback. Parabolic again, slight pullback. And it pulled back enough to make people panic. It pulled back enough to make people panic. And I told Ashan, and I said, bro, like, the last time it pulled back, I wanted to load another 50 in each plate, and I didn't. But I'm telling you, if it pulled back again, I promise I'm going on my move. There's not a lot of, because gold and silver don't come all the way back to fill gaps. How another player like, about to come back and do a gap fill reversal? No, it's just be like, hey, let me take a break. Let me put this money over here. Basketball's not donuts. And here's how you know a stock is in a good move. Here's how you know when a play is in a good, because, like, watch this. When a play has momentum and the market is rewarding it, those plays become hard to get in. No, I'm still in the silver play. I didn't never get out of it. Plays that's really running that has a lot. Think about this. How hard is it to get in MU right now? If you following market structure, it's hard to get in MU right now. Now, maybe if you following the strat, because y'all got the 2 up, 2 down, my dog Kev, I'll be like, Kev, I don't know what you talking about, bro. He be like, hey, we got the 4. I'll be like, Kev, I don't know none of them numbers and none of them alphabets, dog. Like, talk to me in market structure terms, dog. Supply, demand, liquidity. He be like, yeah, we got the 2. I'm like, bro, go get your money in day trade, bro. Leave me alone. Kev be killing it. Shout out to my dog, Kev, man. He check on me. I check on him. Great dude, man. Call me 100K. I think that's his name or something like that. Shout out to my dog, Kev, man. Good dude. He be like, Trap. He'd be like, what you see right here? I'd be like, I see that. I'd be like, what you see right there? He'd be like, I see this. And then we'd be like, hey, he'd be like, I'm about to go in on this tomorrow. I'd be like, bro, I don't understand because you talking to me in strat terms. I don't know strat terms, bro. That ain't my language, but kill it. I'm like, here's what I see in my terms. You know, he'd be like, you got the 2 up, 4 down. I'd be like, bro, I don't know what none of that mean, bro. Like, you might well be talking to me in Japan. But, so we did that based on market structure and how I play the game. Gold and silver really just give you like, it don't give you like market structure entries. It give you small pullback buys that you got to be willing to say, it is a pullback buy. But what you got to do is say, it's a pullback buy, and if it hits here, this is where I'm going to just exit at. I'm good. Here's my re-entry. That's just from a market structure perspective. So just me. Next, we got a Google play. Google, shout out to my girl Lorraine, because I finally got in this Google play for us. It came back, hit what we wanted. Google has been on a nice run. Even though we didn't get in at 308 where we wanted, we wound up getting it at 321 or 322. Good play. Getting it at 308 where we wanted would have been perfect for us. But we got in a good play. Goldman Sachs is just killing me, bro. Like, I'm not going to lie, bro. I'm a trap buyer right here, and I hate it. Here's why I hate it. Because it did what I wanted it to do. Got out the bull flag, ran up to 988, and then I was like, all right, good. This is what we wanted. I didn't take the profit on it because I was like, all right, we got it to June. I know it's going to pull back a little, but I know it's such a monster, right? So it pulled back a little bit, and then Trump came with the 10% news, and then it fell all the way through the bottom of the boat. Now, they got affected because even though they're a big bank, when you start talking about 10% on credit cards, the whole financial system feel that, right? And so you got to remember there's 3 different actions that happen in the market. There's a stock market. I mean, there's a company effect. There's an industry effect, and then there's a stock market effect. All right. And so here's what I mean by that. A company effect is something like what I want to say. A company effect is like something like a company missing earnings, a company missing revenue, or something happens, some type of scandal happens to a specific company. Then that affects the company, right? So then a industry effect is something like hey, I'm putting 10% tariffs on, I'm putting 10%, like banks should go to 10% on credit cards. That hacks a whole industry. Or there's a supply chain shortage on chips. That happens to a whole industry. Or Trump says, hey, I'm about to do something with Medicare. Then it affects a whole industry. There's a company effect, there's an industry effect, and then there's the stock market effect, which is tariffs, which is pandemic. Those are stock market events. So a company event, a stock market event, and an industry event. Notice all three affect differently. So Goldman got hit in that, and I'm like, damn, bro. So still giving me, it recovered yesterday. It was at 9:06. Nine's back at 9:33. It keep bouncing off 9:17, so I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it. So then we got LHX. This was a play we got in maybe late last week. Doing really, really good. Here's one of those plays that cost a little money, MPWR. Another play I really, really like. The partner with this play, I wanted to get in PWR, but I didn't want to get both of them, so I went with MPWR. We're doing really good on that play. Let's go a little further, man. All right, so next we got, so that's the NVIDIA play. Again, we just sitting there. It's not going past $87. It keep getting to $87, $88. Then it dropped down to $67, and it come back to $74. And then, so it got to break 95. If it don't break 95, it's still trading in the same area, the same consolidation, the same box. So it's just really not really doing nothing for us. Palantir the same way. I keep saying it, and people keep getting mad at me, but Alex needs to really leave the goddamn people alone. You need to let the people alone, and we can move on. Silver play still in effect, is running. There go STX. I love STX because it was our first $100,000 play this year. And today was actually my first $100,000 day this year. So definitely feel good to have my first $100,000 play in January and have my first $100,000 day in January. And so that's what I love about it. I love that about it because that can set the tone for what we have, going toward the end of the year. So I pray that this keeps up. I pray that I keep seeing the market the way I see it. I do want everybody to be mindful that, remember, February is one of the toughest months of the year outside of September. So if I'm you, I'm looking at, okay, somewhere along the line here, I need to start trying to take some profit and not being greedy. I need to start saying, remember, you got 11 months to make it in the market. So taking profit now because it looked good on the screen and you keep on showing people, oh, it looked good. I got the Christmas tree thing going. When you see that red C, you're going to be pissed off. And remember, we getting topside heavy. We got a lot of stuff going on. Tariff is going on. Government shutdown. Even though government shutdowns don't necessarily shake the market off, but we just got to be mindful of this. So let's just be, how many contracts on STX? 30. Stop trying to count my pockets, though, because now what you're doing is you come to $87 and then you putting it times 30. Stop trying to count my pockets. You feel me? That's what's wrong with you right now. You trying to figure out how much money I put in the play. The play is up, as of right now, STX is up 85%. But remember, it just hit after hours is up, STX, after hours is up $36. Hey, that might be about 200%. Hey, that might be about 200% if it hold. I'm cashing out. I ain't playing with them people, man. I ain't playing with them. I'm going to take 75% of that, man. I need that, man. I need that, Sean. I'm going to take 75% of that, man. I don't care. Man, you gotta look. If it be up $36 by in the morning, bro, let me take 75% of that, bro. That's going to be 200 bands. Man, I need that. I need that. Rob. I'm selling everything but 5 contracts. Rob, I need that. I can't let them take, I can't give them that back. Yeah, I need that in the morning, man. Yeah, they trying to count my pockets. Oh, man, it's $87 times 30 contracts. Oh, man, Trap, ain't nobody got that kind of money. You're wrong. They got a lot of people in the Patreon that cashed out with STX. You know why? Here's what you got to learn how to do. You got to learn how to take profits on plays that help you build up, build up, build up, build up, build up, and say, hey, let me get one. That's it. All right, so then we got TEL. Now, this play kind of confused me. And the reason why, because we had great execution on this play. The play did good on earnings, good on revenue, good on guidance, and it just fell off. I was like, bro, what the hell happened? And so, I ain't gonna lie, I went against my rules on this one. I did say 30%, it fell to 37%. And I said, they were like, Trap, what we doing? I'm holding. All right, so then we got TSM. We got in this play today. I know they pissed off at me, but it was borderline. I wanted to get in at 333, went to 336, and my rule is always, as long as the play is within $5 of my strike price, I'm willing to go get it. That's one of my rules. If it's in within $5 of my strike price, I'm not chasing. But once it passed that $5, I'm like, yep, you chasing. So that's kind of one of my rules. Anyway. And lastly is USAR. Where my Patreon at? Where my Patreon at? Come on. Come on. Come on. All right, now let me say this about USAR. We got in this play. We believed in this play. Nobody on the internet, to my knowledge, was talking about this play. And I've had a couple people reach out to me and was like, say, bro, I ain't gonna lie, that was a gangsta-ass call. And I like that, bro. You know why I like that, bro? Because I'm gonna tell you something, bro. And this is just some real talk right here. I don't know what it is about us in the black culture that feel like we gotta nitpick about silly shit. Right? I don't know what that shit is about, bro. You know? And so I appreciate it. I appreciate maybe like 3 people in the trading space hit me up and was like, say, bro, I ain't gonna lie. That was a good ass call. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I heard you talk about it last year. Like, bro, I had no idea who the hell that company was till you brought it up last year. And I started watching it when it ran. Because we got in there last year from 21 all the way to 42. And then we got out of it. But I still kept the buying hold. But we took our profit and went about our business. And then early in the year, like the first week of the year, I said, hey, y'all, let's put USAR back on the list. Because the mindset behind it was simple. This is why understanding like geopolitics also makes sense. When you start saying like, all right, China is doing this. America is trying to, and I'm gonna be real with you, USAR doesn't have the best financials. But you start understanding the need. You start saying, all right, they bought MP. They need more processing over here. China doubling down. They gotta buy one of these companies. And the best positioned company is USAR because they are a processing company. That was the whole bet behind it. That was the whole bet behind it. And so it's going crazy. So shout out to that. It did go up big. Then it came back down, but we still in it. But I told my people yesterday, I said, hey, when it ran all the way up, when that news came out, I said, listen to me. Sell some of the USAR. Don't be greedy. It popped all the way from 22 to 30. With companies like this that don't move that much, that's a 20% pop in one day. Don't keep sitting there like, yeah, I'm gonna let it go higher. No, sell half of it or 3/4 of it. Let that finance the rest of the trade. Now, if it goes down, you're like, bro, I got my money. And what you really would do, because it popped so big, you can sell half of it and then some. Like sell 3/4 of it, because now what happens is you get your initial money back, you get some profit back, and now you letting the house play. You won. So whatever you do from here, you're like, I don't care. So that's what I did. Like, all right, it was a $56,000. I was like, all right, like, I know that this don't move like that. So let me sell some of it. You know, I think I sold about 55% of it, kept the rest. I'm like, all right, bro, like, you can do what you want to do now. I got my money back. Like, bro, run to the sky if you want, or fall down. I don't care. So that's just kind of my idea behind it. Like, you got to understand, stocks like this don't run crazy, right? So for it to pop $7, it went from $25. So we got in at 20. We got in at 22 because what happened was we was waiting to get in at 21. I said, yo, if it breaks this previous high again, we gonna go. It went down to 18. It hit it, went down to 18. And next morning, it went from 18 to 25. So my people was like, Trap, what we doing? We gonna miss. I say, man, just calm down because I know how this thing moves. It's gonna come back down because that's a big pop. Like, calm down. So it came back down to 22. We struck. We struck at 22, stayed in it the next day, and then Monday, the news came out. It went from 25 to like 31. That's a 20-30% pop on a company like this. Actually went all the way up to 38. But that was after hours. So then it opened up at like 32. I'm like, bro, just take some profit. Like, you all right. That's a 20% pop. Push kind of shove, you at least up 50, 60%. Sell that play because it was dirt cheap. It was dirt cheap. One of my people hit me like, say, Trap, you know why I'm mad? It's like, bro, I only did like 60 contracts. I should have had like 2,000. That's how cheap it was. It was something like $5. That's cheap for us. We averaging 1,500. Rob asked me today, hey, bro, what's the average? I say about 15. 15 for sure. So we did that. And so, yeah, so, you know what I'm saying? So I think that was good, you know, and now you in the green. So you're like, bro, like, I'm good. Like, it ain't no big deal. So anyway, let's go a little further. So that's our plays and the option plays. That's where we at. And so let's go a little further. Let's show the freedom index. And then we'll go. Did Steve ever send that? No? Huh? Not that. I'm talking about the highlight. All right, cool. Don't worry about it. All right, so here's Sean. Here's the freedom index of Sean. We're doing pretty good. We up 6%. Year to date, 6.82%. We're sitting on 300,000 in cash. And here's how we look. We got Costco, we got EME, we got FIX, we got Gold, we got ITA, we got USAR, and we got Walmart. I do feel like FIX. So FIX is one of those plays I did in my Robinhood account. One of the option plays I did in my Robinhood because one, I am on here the goddamn Patreon mouth about how high that one was because that was $138. So I don't want to hit a goddamn out. I don't want to hit him out. And so I did that. And it's not pretty good, but it's just so, it's costly. It's costly. I ain't gonna lie. It was costly for me. So I know. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, nah, it was like $183, which is like $18,300 per contract. Yeah, I was like, yeah. But it's a company that I've owned in my personal account for a very long time. Comfort Systems. I've owned it for probably about 5 years. I owned it during the pandemic. And so, yeah, I didn't put that. I put it in my Robinhood account and did a couple options on. I think it's up like 10%. But it's insane the way this thing, it's low volume, low open interest. The open interest be like 5. Open interest be like 5. So yeah, but Fix is a good one. It's great for buying whole. Gold, ITA, USAR, and Walmart. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So remind you, we in 7 plays in January. So that's a lot. So I'm probably not gonna get in no more plays for a minute, probably mid-year, because I like to use my plays wisely. So that's what we got, man. So let's move on, man. Hope y'all feeling good, man. Somebody said, yeah, Trap, keep that on Robinhood. I got you. When I start doing my ASML plays, I'm going to keep them in a Robinhood. They're just too much, man. I don't want to put people under that kind of pressure. All right, let's go, man. Yep, let's go. All right, man. So one of the things we doing is let's put it up right now. I got something real interesting I want to bring to y'all. So I partner with a company called Horizon Trust. I brought it to y'all a while back. Really good company, and I'm gonna just, without getting into it too much, so this segment of the show is brought to you by Horizon Trust. And the goal behind them is to help you with self-directed Roth IRAs. And their goal is to help you pay less in taxes, right? And grow your wealth tax-free or tax-deferred, right? And they're so phenomenal. We're going to put the link in the bottom. It's a free call with them. And I will say this. I'm going to be real with you about this. This is somebody that I've actually worked with because I be tired of paying all these goddamn taxes. So I just keep looking for different ways on how to defer taxes and how not to pay taxes. So check them out, Horizon Trust. Make the change with a complimentary call. No obligation, no charge, none of that. And they came in here, we sat down, we talked, and I'll be real with you how I met them. I met the owner while I was in one of my mentorships. And the owner, the guy who runs the mentorship, 9-figure dude in real estate, and the reason why I went to him was I was like, hey, bro, like, I'm having tax issues, bro. Right? Like, I'm having tax issues, and I'm not gonna lie, it's like whooping my butt. And he was like, no problem, I got somebody for you. He introduced me to the guy, Greg, and his team, and he was like, Trap, like, Kent talks amazing about you, bro. Let me see what's up. Talk to me about what you got going on. And then I'll be honest with you, Greg hit me up one day. I think he was in Vegas, and he had a suite in Vegas. It was for some game. He was like, Trap, let me fly you out here. I was like, bro, you don't got to fly me out there. He was like, no. I want you to come out here with me. I want you to get in the suite with me, and I want to just chill with you, bro. Like, he's like, Kent talks so good about you, bro. So Kent don't talk to me about too many people. So let's just sit down, let's talk, we don't got to do nothing, bro. So this is it. So Horizon Trust, man, great company. I rock with Greg, really good dude. And the goal here is for anybody that want to learn how to get some tax deferment and how to do some things tax-free. So listen, when a CEO at a high level tell you, hey, let me fly you out, bro. Let me get your hotel. Let me get your room. Come to the suite with me. You kind of be like, hey, bro, I like that. But I was just so locked into this. It was just crazy. So check them out. Again, Horizon Trust. Click the link in the bottom. Tell them Trap sent you. And you just interested in hearing some of the things that they have to offer on not paying taxes on all this money y'all making. Without all the other stuff, with all that. So definitely, and again, this is something that I'm doing, again, on trying to help me not pay all these damn taxes. So it's interested. A lot of y'all been asking me about it. Is it worth it? Trap, what do I do? Without being tied up into real estate and all the other stuff, which is some stuff that we doing. But definitely give them a call. Tell them Trap did it. So Jose, somebody said that it's saying the page can't be found. Is the link good? Let's make sure that link good. It's good? Yeah, they say the link is found. Yep. So want to just put y'all out there, especially people in my community. Check them out. They're going to do right by you. It's not something you're going to hear about it later on. It's a scam. No. Like, they deal with 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-figure people because taxes is not, watch this, taxes is just not a 5-figure problem. It's not just a 6-figure problem. It's not just a 7-figure problem. It's not just an 8-figure problem. It's not just a 9. It's anybody that's trying to build wealth, this is one of your problems. And so you need to find different vehicles that help you. So this is one of the vehicles that help you, again, tax-free, tax-deferred. Tell them Trap sent you. Horizon Trust. Check it out. Let's go a little further. Yep, they saying it's good. I love it. Shout out to them. All right, let's go a little further, man. All right, so the world's top assets by market cap. We got gold, we got silver. Now think about this. Gold and silver has taken over NVIDIA, Alphabet, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Bitcoin, TSM, and Meta. and it won't slow down. Somebody say, click on the icon on the top left, it'll take you to the main page. There you go. Yeah, so that's amazing right there, right? So, and this goes to show you that, think about this. Think about this right quick. Silver has been skyrocketing. And it's because of the use case that China is doing with putting a lock on it. Remember, China has actually said that silver is. They got it on the same list now with what? Rare earth minerals. And they're restricting it. Elon Musk came out and said, hey, bro, that's not right what China doing. You know why? Because an EV can't run without silver. Don't let that go over your head. How do we access the Freedom Index as part of the Patreon? That was the Freedom Index. What do you mean access it, Queen? That was the Freedom Index. Tell me what you mean. That was the Freedom Index. All right, let's go a little further. Now, this is important. According to Goldman Sachs, equities will lead returns in 2026. Equities, commodities, alternatives, bonds, credit, and cash. Now, I trust Goldman Sachs. I got love for Goldman Sachs, but I don't think equity is going to outperform. Now, think about this now. I think gold, silver will perform well. I think copper going to perform well. But you remember, there's other stuff that fall in that category. I don't think equities alone just going to outperform everything else. Now, think about it. You know, I just don't see it. Now, this was based on respondents at our Goldman Sachs Strategy Conference, London, January 24, 25, and 26. I'm interested to see that. I've been dollar cost averaging in a 700, 320 meta call. My original price was 520. I have 3 and got down to 32. Averaging down makes it 17%. Man, we should never average down. It's not good to average down in plays. And I'll be real, even though I do it sometimes, I always do it with a grain of like, You know what I'm saying? And if I do it, I'm like, I'll do it one time and be like, all right, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? So I just be careful with that, man. Just be careful with that. All right, let's go a little further, man. Always know that cash is the worst asset class you can have. Now, I want y'all to pay attention to this. In midterm years, the average drawdown is 18% on the S&P.
I'm in a bind, Nate.
Some other time.
I really need this money, Nate.
Listen to me. In a drawdown, in a midterm year, the average drawdown, meaning decline, is 18%. So look, 1946, 1962, 1970, 78, it got really bad. 2002, 2022, so the average drawdown is 18%. Now, mind you, everybody keeps saying, hey, bro, we can see something happening in the first half of the year. So this is why I'm going to be honest with you. In the morning, if STX is up big like that, I'm selling a lot of that. I'm selling a lot of that. I want to start trimming positions now because watch this. All right, you looking at the green and you like, yeah, it's green. That's the endorphin rush, right? You don't want to cut it because you see the green. And then you see the red, you'll be like, damn, I should have cut it. Right? So you'll never go broke taping profit. So you got to find how to navigate the two. One, figure out where the market is rewarding. But two, say, okay, here's what happened. I don't got to be greedy. Once they do this, let me take some profit and let the play finance itself. So the rest of the year, until we get this drawdown that I think coming, I want you to, one, be mindful of your position size, and two, have a point where you say, I'm going to take profit here. Now, if you got one contract, that's a different ball game, right? But now it becomes a judgment decision. But if you have 2 or more contracts, it's okay to say, hey, you know what? Man, I'm going to go ahead and sell half. I'm going to let one run. Right? I want you to have that because this is a midterm year. So that what we do is we can prepare ourselves for it. Right? We can prepare ourselves for it. We can easily say, all right, bro, like what? Like If you get a play that go up 30%, 40%, and you sell half of that play, you're not gonna feel bad if you got one, if you still got one still running. You're not gonna feel bad, because why? I got some bread. I'm all right. But the greed kicks in. Remember, the market gonna always have you between a few areas. Fear, greed, anxiety, impatience, anger, frustration. And you gotta know when your financial check engine light about to come on. Right? If you don't know, here's what I want you to realize. Watch this. I'm gonna say it again. And I used this analogy the other day. If you know for a fact you got $10,000, and I use this analogy on a live, people like, damn, Trap, that's good. If you got $10,000 and you lose $100, no matter how you lose it, would you trip about that $100? Like, you got $10,000. You're like, damn, bro, I lost $100. Would you trip about that $100? Would you trip about that $100, Sean? Not really, right?
That's 1%. That's like nothing.
Yeah, you like, bro, it's $100. I ain't tripping. All right, cool. So that means your check engine light on. Now watch this. If you got $10,000 and you lose $1,000, how would you feel about it?
A little bit more. It's 10%.
You're like, I ain't really frustrated, but damn, I lost $1,000. Right? So watch this. This is where mindfulness checks in at. Right? So your check engine light still ain't on yet. Now, watch this. If you got $10,000 and you lose $3,000, how do you feel?
You 3 trades away from blowing the whole thing.
All right, so now you start being cautious. So what that tells you is, if you got $10,000 and you lose $3,000 and you start feeling the pressure, that means your check engine light on. So watch this. That means the max you can lose comfortably is about $2,000. Because at $2,000, you still ain't in anxiety. At $3,000, your cortisone level done spiked, which means check engine light. Everybody got a different check engine light. Malik had a 50%, that's when his check engine light came on. Because at 50%, he got concerned. Like, hey, Trap. Right? At 30%, he was like, I ain't tripping, I'm all good. At 50%, he said, hey, let me call in. Hey, Trap, my check engine light on, dog. I need a. So what I say, hey, the check engine light on. Hey, check this out, Malik. The oil is overheating. Don't go beyond this point. So what you got to do as a trader is know, hey, when does my check engine light come on? Because I need to get out before that. So I know, for me, I know at like 50%, it's time. My engine light on, right? Because I know at 50% for me, now watch this. Here's where things change at. Here's where you help yourself at. Watch this. Here's where things help. Watch this. If I got $5,000 in a play and they go to 50%, I could care less about it. If I got $500,000 in a play and I go 20%, my check engine light on. You see the difference? Watch this. The amount of money that you have in a play alters when the check engine light come on. Watch this. If I'm riding in my Escalade, bruh, I don't care if the oil change gets to 20%. I'll let that thing go to 10% and be like, hey, let me go get an oil change. In the Bentley, if it gets to 75%, I'm bringing it to the dealer. Come on, man. Rob, they ain't listening to what I'm giving them analogies up here, Rob. Come on, bro. Right? In the Escalade, watch this, because I know it's a simple oil change. You're going to just put Supreme in it. Everything here I can handle from a financial perspective without the strain. But in a Bentley, that part got to come way from overseas. And I know the price tag on it. And everything got tariffs on it right now. So they're going to tax me more than normal. So when the Bentley say 75, hey, check that. Hey, yep. What's up? Refill. It need to be lubricated. Lubricated. Yeah. You So what I want you to understand is, understand what it takes for your check engine light to come on and decrease that. Because what you don't want to have is the mental anguish. What you don't want to have is the anxiety. What you don't want to have is the, watch this, what I'm about to say, a fried nervous system. You don't want to have that. A fried nervous system, that's where the financial fatigue come in at. All right, let's go a little further, man. Let's knock these out, man. Let's knock them out. Let's knock them out. All right, so leverage gone wild. Margin debts hit records high while stocks can't keep up. U.S. margin debt has surged by $11.3 billion in December to a record of $1.3 trillion. Jesus. This marks the 8th consecutive month increase over this period. Margin debt has risen $375 billion or 44%. Meanwhile, margin debt growth is now outpacing the S&P gains by 20%. Year over year, the widest gap since 2021 in the meme stock frenzy, including 2021. The market's largest divergence between 2007. When this metric hits 50 percent points, investors are using more leverage than ever. Think about this. Right now, people are using more margin than anything. That's not a good sign. Now, look at this. Look where we at, y'all. You know why this is not good? Because this is telling us something, y'all. This is telling us that people are desperate. People are trying to hold on to cash, hold on to liquidity, and they're trying to print money out of thin air. This is dangerous. Somebody say, I'm down 96%. My check engine like blinking. No, baby. It's more than blinking. That mother done went from orange to red. You got to pull that car over.
Yeah, that engine
Don't even turn the key. They got to come tow that car. Let them come toward you.
I feel you, Amy. Losses will make you want to quit.
You about to lock the engine up. All right, let's go a little further. All right, so watch this. Corporate America is cracking bankruptcies, and this is important when we see this. Bankruptcies are rising like recession season. U.S. corporate bankruptcies rose by 9% year over year in 2025 to 749. For the same period in December 14, the highest in 15 years, marks the 4th consecutive annual increase. Bankruptcies have surged 101% since 2022. Think about what 2022 was. Pandemic. That's when we started talking about this, right? Right after the pandemic. So, of 372 filings, persistently increasing rates continue to pressure over leveraged companies. Again, we talk about it again. Over leveraged companies. A result, bankruptcies are expected to rise in 2026, and bankruptcies are rising at recession-like pace. What I'm saying to us is we can pay attention to the signs, y'all. Y'all so crazy. They say, Queen, you blew a gasket that night. I don't like y'all. I don't like y'all. All right, so corporate America is cracking. Here we go, y'all. Bankruptcies again, y'all. It's just, I just want us to pay attention, man. Let's go a little further. I just need us to pay attention. The dollar has its worst week in 2025, and this just recently. The dollar has lost like 5% this week alone. The U.S. dollar index, DXY, this is something we looked at, logged its worst week since mid-2025, dropping 1.9% and sliding. Continue to multi-week lows nearing 97.50. The decline reflects growth worries over unpredictable USA policy, a shift in expectations in future Federal Reserve moves, tensions in the U.S., European relations, and ongoing tariff development added to extra pressure. Boosting, watch this, rival currencies and precious metals. The greenback is what they call the dollar. Every year gains has now wiped out significant market, increasingly uneasement in the current economic backdrop. That just simply means, y'all, our dollar is losing money. So listen to me. When the banks keep talking to you about, hey, you want to put this money in this, you want to do this money in that, you say, hell no, I don't want to put my money in none of that. I don't want to put my money in none of that. Right? I don't want to put my money in none of that. Let's go a little further. Let's do a 1-800-TRAPPER hotline, man. Let's do a 1-800-TRAPPER hotline, man. How we feeling in the chat, y'all? How we feeling?
I have one question. My question is,
Turn it up.
on the long term, will be more profitable? Is it professional scalper or buy and hold in quality company? In the long term, I mean period within, let's say, after 3 years from now. That's it. And I assume Wall Street look like us now.
Come on, boy.
Shalom.
Run it back. Come on, boy. Let's go, King.
Let's go.
I'm gonna just run so I can hear it. Hold up before you run it. Hold up before you run it. Hold up. Pause it. Gotta get another ink pen, dog. All right, run it.
I have one question. My question is, on the long term, will be more profitable? Is it professional scalper or buy and hold in quality company? In the long term, I mean period within, let's say, after 3 years from now. That's it. And I assume Wall Street look like us now.
Come on, man. Come on here, man. Come on here, man. So, yep, I will say that. I'm going to always say that. And as much as we talk about trading and all that, I'm going to always say buying long-term in quality companies, you cannot go wrong.
Yep.
To me, that's always the most powerful thing we can do. What happens is we get all excited and we get mesmerized, by the trading and I had a 100K day, I had a 5K day, but I'm gonna tell you something. You ain't never. I'm gonna be real with you. I ain't gonna say never, but boy, that check engine light ain't gonna come on often in that buy and hold when you buy quality companies.
Facts.
Quality companies, that check engine light, hey, you get regular oil change, mileage.
I try to
right,
tell
so I'm
people
gonna
that all
always
the
go
time.
with that, bro. Like I'm gonna just be honest with you. I appreciate you, King. I'm gonna always go with quality buying. That's why I love Trappers Anonymous, because it's all about we don't get we straight on. Like I ain't gonna lie, the Patreon is my that's my dogs on the corner. We thugging out. We stay up till late at night, right? We up early in the morning. We flighting all night. We up at 6 o'clock. And the Patreon, man, they up at 4 o'clock in the morning putting screen shares of articles. Yep, hey, I'm like, bro, what happened? Oh, God damn. I'd be like, God.
We be in that.
They looking at the futures. They up 4 o'clock in the morning. And the Trappers Anonymous, they're like, hey, we sleep, fam. Right? Buy and hold, they can sleep good at night.
Yeah, facts.
We sleep. Don't come around it, mother. Don't come around at 10:30. Don't come around here to 9:30, 10 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? That's how Trappers Anonymous is. They don't post nothing here till 9:30, bro. Don't post nothing here that early in the morning. We buy and hold. We sleep long. We sleep good at night. Patreon, know why they can't sleep good at night? We always need the move. We need motion. We need motion. Hey, where the motion at? They got a day crew and a night crew. They up. Hey, what's up? What poppin'? Well, say, why am I, let me do this. Yeah, Patreon they always got action. They always need action in Patreon. They always need action. They up. They can't sleep. They can't sleep.
That nigga is not lying.
You know what I'm saying? They can't sleep. Don't come around here till 10:30. What you want? Come around here till 10:30 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? It's sleep. Hey, we up. And somebody always up. Trappers Anonymous.
Yep.
Man, don't come around here that early in the morning, man. Don't come in here with them headlines like that, bro. Put them headlines in here at 9:30. You know? Put them headlines in here at 9:30. Before that, get out of here with that. Now from 9:30 to 3:30, 4 o'clock, they banging. Hey, we got a post, we got some headlines, we got that. After market close, 9 o'clock at night. Why is you posting here, dog?
Cash App is not a trading platform used.
We gotta say something Saturday.
Even for a beginner.
We bring in live from the kitchen.
If your money get messed up, who you gonna call?
Here all times of the day like that.
Robinhood is 10 times better You know, it's more user friendly. But when you want to get in, like when you want to level up, you want to go to like E-Trade, Thinkorswim, or like Fidelity, stuff like that.
Pinky out. Yeah, we thugging. Omelet, egg whites, turkey sausage. Yeah, we thugging. We cool. We sophisticated.
You should join this group. Wallstreet Trapper has been my mentor for years. I have learned a lot from him, and the rest I've went in and self-taught myself. But this is where I started off to get a better understanding at. And it's just the way he teach it, and it's the community. You know, we in there deep. Everybody gonna help, no matter what level you at trading, investing, options. You know, everybody in there gonna help you out with any last question you got. Best group I've ever been in.
Wings and fries. 9 o'clock in the morning. What you talking about? Wings early. Never too late for a lemon pepper. What's up? What's up?
And they cold.
What?
Cold wings.
We eating a cold pizza off the counter. What's up? And it was out all night. So what? Who the fuck? It's mine now. That's the type of time we on.
That's what time we on, man.
That's the type of time. All right, let's stop. People leaving, Jose. Come on.
He said people leaving.
People leaving the chat, Jose. We was at 4,200, 4,300. Now we at 37. You got to stop, Jose. All right? You feel
I dropped it below now. Wallstreet Trapper, man.
We eating bologna sandwiches, fried. When it bubble, boop, at the top. Stop playing. We don't care. We on the clock. Who up?
And he always inside the chat, man. He always answering questions. Like, and then he give plays where we all get in plays together and we just thug it out.
I love them too.
That's what he talking about now.
I love my people, man. Oh yeah. We got two things coming up for the month of February, the month of March. Month of February, we got the movie night coming. I think the movies we're gonna play, just giving y'all a heads up, it's free, no charge at all. Ain't no charge for parking, ain't no upsell, ain't no nothing. It's totally free. We doing, if I'm not mistaken, we doing Do the Right Thing Friday night. It's gonna be next month. Then we're gonna do the right thing. I'm just giving y'all a heads up so we can have it. We're gonna do the right thing Friday night. If you come, you come, you don't. If it's 3 people here, 2 people, 5 people here, it don't matter. We gonna show it. We doing Do the Right Thing Friday night. Saturday morning, I think we doing The Wiz, because that's me and my daughter's favorite show. We going to Wiz. We're going to do that at like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, something like that. I think after The Wiz, we doing, I forgot what we said we doing. What it is? We doing Selma? We going with Selma? I thought I said, no, that's that night. I was still stuck between Selma and not. I don't know. So I might do Selma midday, and we're going to end the day with Judas and the Black Messiah. That's what we doing. That's what we doing. So Friday night we doing.
You say the dates?
We're gonna have the dates. We're gonna have it. I ain't gonna lie. I wanted to do Belly, but they were like, "Hey, shout out, all right. You know, all right. Hill Street, Sugar Hill, or something." Friday night, let's go Sugar Hill. You know what I'm saying? We King of New York. You know what I'm saying? Let's lock in. Yeah, we're gonna do. So Friday night we doing Do the Right Thing. Saturday morning, 10, 11 o'clock, something like that, we doing The Wiz, so you can bring the kids, it's all love. Saturday evening, we doing Selma, and then Saturday night, Saturday 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, something like that, Bernard? 6 is we gonna do Judas and the Black Messiah. Free.
Man, you invested in 15 to 20 stocks, that's a lot of stocks to monitor and, especially if you're not if you're a beginner, that's just way too many stocks. Because you need to know what's going on with them companies. Like, what happens if 10 of those companies fail, or they have some type of issue where, but if you invest in long term, you want to always just make sure 15 to 20 companies that they're all solid companies and you can see the future in these companies.
We're doing Make Your First Trade, so we're going to start promoting that probably January.
But I would definitely use Robinhood first. It's more user friendly, especially for beginners.
Again, I'm teaching, Rob teaching, we're going crazy with that, and then we will have the online. So that's the events we got.
But if I was you, I would take $50 out of that $1,000 and sign up for Wallstreet Trapper Group. You know what I'm saying? And
All right, let's go, man.
and go learn, you know what I'm saying? Be a part of a community of people who also beginners and people at higher levels and all that stuff.
I love Sweet Auburn food, boy. You ever been there, Sean? You been there, Jose? Oh, you got to go to that area.
Wait, where is it, like, in Atlanta?
Huh? Man, that area there is good, man. I like that. But here we go, man. Sweet Auburn, Atlanta was a vibrant heart of black commerce.
That's okay. A lot of people think investing is just like super simple, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, a lot of people follow the hype that they heard on the internet and stuff like that. The best way is to actually find out what's a good company. If you're able to break down a company by its financials, understanding the financial grade of a company, knowing their guidance, learning if they're beating their earnings, learning collaborations, you know, just knowing how to break down the fundamentals of a company. If you able to learn that stuff, that's when you able to invest with, you know, like not just like emotional, but like using your logic, using, you know, exactly what fundamental this company is. Like, is it an A? Is it a B? Is it a C? Is it a D? Because sometimes, you know, people invest in companies that was a C and it ended up turning into a D and an F. And next thing you know, your money gone.
And New Orleans is definitely a historic place. A lot happened in New Orleans, coming off those ports and stuff like that. But here's what I will say about Atlanta that I do respect about them. I heard Killer Mike say this one time, and I was like, damn, bro, he ain't lying. When you think about, like, what Atlanta represented at one
and then on top of that, you want to be able to pay attention to what's going on in the news, because you can know everything, all the fundamentals, all the data about a company, and all it takes is a tweet from Donald Trump. All it takes for a lawsuit, you know. And if you're not watching the news, you won't know this stuff, you know. So you got to be following the tailwinds and the headlines.
They always had like this thriving middle class that was setting like these standards for Black America. Like, I will say that. Now, again, New Orleans has the culture. Culturally, I think, in my personal opinion,
you're talking about the charts?
Probably the richest cultural city in America. Just from my personal experience. I think, you know,
the charts is like super complex, because you need to understand the 15-minute chart, how it corresponds with the 1 hour chart and the 4 hour chart and the 1 day chart and the 1 week chart and then the 1 month chart. And sometimes you want to start off with the yearly chart to see how good they doing on a year, the middle of the year. But it depends. Each chart has something to do with a different type of play you're trying to do. But investing long term, you don't really have to know how to. You don't really need to understand the charts that well. But when you get to do option trading, you have to know the charts. You have to understand the 1 hour corresponding with the 4 hour, with the 1 day.
I'm not set.
And you got to learn how to use tools like the MA50, the MA100, the MA200. The MA10, the MA20, the EMAs, you know, stuff like that. And then you want to know, learn about the volume.
Is a thing. Sundays, second line
season. And, you know, like learn how to use the fib Kamiyachi. I just call it the fib meter.
Yes.
And also just learn how to use the RSI with all of that, with the MAC chart.
You know what I'm saying? Like
all of those things matter and show you like the strength of the move. At the same time, shows you if the buyers are in control or the sellers in control.
But like, we didn't get to see, from my perspective growing up, we didn't get to see a lot of like Black excellence explode. And I will say, like, Atlanta kept that for a very long time, even though times change. Like,
yeah, because if you use the 1 year chart and you're waiting for a pullback on the 1 year chart, that means you still almost choosing companies that you also don't know if they'll recover. You know, like, how do you know the company gonna recover? Just because it did a dip on a year chart, and the year chart takes a long time, so that's like waiting a whole year just to invest in something and kind of guessing on if this company gonna recover.
They had that because other Black cities got an opportunity to say, hey, that's it. That's the beacon of
you
light.
gotta pay attention to option trading because it's an expiration date, and you gotta know what expiration date to choose. You know, 4 weeks, 6 weeks,
Prominent
2
black
months,
communities
3 months, 6 months, stuff like that. Because if you choose the wrong expiration date and your play go down 50, 60%, and the company also has some bullshit going on, like they got low guidance, they had bad sales.
Here's something you can mock. Here's a blueprint.
The future of the company is not too well, you know what I'm saying? You just start kind of, your play is done, and then you got to understand the meta, the theta, and the gamma. If you don't understand all of that stuff, then and then you got to understand the price point that you buying of the stock. So all that stuff matters. It's a lot of stuff with option trading. Investing, period. But a lot of people invest like it's super simple, and the way they taught you is kind of it's not that simple. It's a little bit more complex.
Like, I'm not taking away from nobody.
If you're gonna invest long term, then you gotta be investing periodically. You gotta be investing weekly, monthly. You gotta be investing $100 a week. Every Tuesday, I'm investing $200. Or I'm investing $500 a month. Like, and you have to do that consistently to actually see some type of profit, or you just gonna be at standstill.
It shows that we don't got the growth, bro. That's exactly. Key specifically said,
I try not to do that.
I'm truly saying, like, culture, this is how I feel, but not taking nothing from nobody. And what's the first thing we do? That's what we do. It's what we do.
That's facts. Every day you gotta pay attention.
We don't know how to say that. Instead of being like, nah, hey, Trap, we got that culture. Harlem be like, oh yeah, Harlem Renaissance, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Like, yeah, that's it. I like that. Yeah, because now I bring me back to Malcolm X. Harlem Renaissance. This one at the train, the dudes on the train, like, oh, immediately the first thing we do is, you ain't got more culture than me. Y'all don't, Trap, you tripping. Clearly, we don't listen. Clearly, we don't listen. That's it's what we do. It's what we do.
Yep.
So that's what I love about that, man. I love the fact that that Atlanta get to see that. You know what I'm saying? I love that they had that and see that. And I think that was the thing for me coming from New Orleans, like.
You was close to seeing it.
When I came to Atlanta, it was like a breath of fresh air. I was like, damn. Because I remember, like, being in New Orleans, you be feeling trapped for a second, like, damn, like. And then the South, and another thing too, like, the South is like, people who I know from, like, the East Coast, there's two, and the West Coast. Racism was different, even though internally it was the same, but it was different from every, like, you gotta remember, in the South, you talking Jim Crow South. You know what I'm saying? And so I think when you see places like Atlanta, you just be like, damn, that's hard. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, yo, here's the beacon of light. Again, if you're in New York, you like the Harlem Renaissance, that's a whole thing. Chicago, a whole thing. You know what I'm saying? On the West Coast, Oakland, same thing. Right? You had it, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Kansas, you had it in Florida, that Roswell, you had it so many different things. But I just love that, man. I love that about Atlanta, to see that. And I think that was one of the things that they tried. And when I heard Killer Mike say it, I was like, damn, they have that pedigree. I don't know if I can't say they still have. I'm not saying they don't still have, but not when so many people come in, you start taking away from it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because then the standard isn't the same from those people, if that makes sense. So anyway, let's roll that tape, man. Let's roll that tape.
The Sweet Auburn Historic District stretches over 1.5 miles through downtown Atlanta, originally known as Shermantown following the Civil War Union occupation in the 19th century. Sweet Auburn began to thrive as the heart of Black professional, social, and political life in Atlanta. Atlanta Life Insurance Company, founded in 1905, is the first Black-owned life insurance company in Atlanta. Owned by Alonzo Hernan, a former slave, Atlanta Life Insurance served as one of the strongest black financial institutions throughout the 20th century. At 148 Auburn Avenue, you can still find the Atlanta Life Building, the original home of the company. The Atlanta Daily World, founded in 1928, is the first black-owned daily newspaper in Atlanta, serving as a much-needed voice for blacks in Atlanta. The newspaper covered political and social topics impacting citizens, while still remaining a community staple featuring local stories and news updates. Based in the heart of the Sweet Auburn district at 145 Auburn Avenue, the Atlanta Daily World's courageous contribution to the black community of Atlanta lives on. Big Bethel African Methodist Episcopal Church was founded in 1847 and is the oldest black congregation in Atlanta. It served as a pillar in the black community of Atlanta for nearly 2 centuries, from hosting the first classes of Morris Brown College in its basement to serving as the first public school for blacks in Atlanta. WERD Radio first hit airways in 1949 after owner Jesse Blayton Sr. bought the station and reimagined its programming, becoming a staple in Atlanta's black community. Housed in the Prince Hall Grand Lodge on Auburn Avenue, WERD Radio not only served as a leader in the black entertainment, but also black political progression as it broadcasts Dr. Martin Luther King's Sunday morning sermons and announcements of civil engagement and protest. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was born in 1929 in Atlanta, Georgia, in the heart of the Sweet Auburn district at 501 Auburn Avenue. Dr. King's childhood home is just a short walk from the famous Ebenezer Baptist Church, where both Martin Luther King Sr. and Martin Luther King Jr. share the pulpit, bringing about hope and change for all American citizens. However, King's ties to the Sweet Auburn district doesn't stop there. As the president of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, King worked tirelessly, planning countless social campaigns within the headquarters located within the Prince Hall Masonic Temple at 330 Auburn Avenue. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. greatly benefited from the vital location of the Sweet Auburn district and its development as an essential portion of black life in Atlanta. Throughout its history, the Sweet Auburn district has served as a hub for political and social organizations within the black community of Atlanta. Due to the concentration of churches, businesses, political organizations, and educational institutions present within the short 1.5 mile of Auburn Avenue, a history of unprecedented growth and advancement within the black community can never be forgotten.
Oh, man, that's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing. I love it, man. I love to see it, man. I love that, man. I think every city actually has that. Let me see something right quick. All-Star, I want to say something right quick. All-Star 2374 said, I would rather hear this than basketball jail story. Say, hey, well, come in 2.5 hours after every show. You ain't never got to hear nothing I got to say. Right? You can come in every show at about 9 o'clock, and you can hear just that, bro. That'll help you out. You don't got to hear nothing I got to say. As a matter of fact, you ain't know you got to tune in. That's even better. You feel me? That's even better, bro. I'm going to just keep it 100 with you. And to my guy from Profit Legacy that said, bro, I ain't never threw a shot at nobody in my life, dog. You hear me? And if I tell somebody something, I'm going to put a name on it. That's just how I'm built. I got this big-ass white building, and if anybody ever wanted to see me, bro, like, I'm right here.
You can pull up, nigga.
I wanted to say that. You hear me? So,
My bad,
I'm 43 years old, bro. Like, I don't have no
niggas
time to
talking
beef with
shit
nobody.
about
You know
my
why?
nigga Wallstreet
Because I'll
Trapper.
just be honest with you, bro, and it's just real.
They mad because he got a big community and we stand behind him.
So
They be trying to tear his name down all the time.
help as many people as we can.
They talking about his building. Oh, he copied me. All of this bullshit. It's just like, damn, why we both can't buy a building? Why you so mad? I bought one too. Like,
If it's up to me, bro, I don't got nobody to speak on. I just keep living my life, dog. I made it. I survived.
talk your shit, Trap.
I made it. I survived, bro. And I just want to inspire people that, you know what I'm saying? So just wanted to tell you that, my G. So there's no way in the world people in this space should have that kind of energy. So let's go a little further, man. Just wanted to tell you that, bro. All right, so here you go, man. Americans will get $4,000 in tax refunds this year. And we see that they're talking about that, y'all. But guess what, man? Man, that's your money anyway. That's your money. Remember we talked about this last year. They didn't make the adjustment. And so now this year, you're going to get that money. And so all they did was invest that money for you last year. They invested that money, got a return. They're going to give it to you this year. And they're going to make it sound like, yeah, we're giving people money, but don't be fooled by that. Also, I want you to understand something. I want you to understand something here. Watch this. They also know because the way they positioning it, and you're going to look at it as it's free money, you're going to blow it like it's free money. You're going to blow it like it's free money. And so you're going to become liquidity that fuels the market.
Yep.
You're going to be liquidity that fuels the market. All right, let's go a little further.
Next Monday, January 26th, tax season officially begins in America. And for many people, it's a dreaded time. It's a moment that they don't celebrate. But this year, there's going to be lots of happy surprises. Thanks to our working families tax cut, tens of millions of American families are going to see bigger paychecks. They're going to see bigger tax refunds. And let me give you a couple of numbers real quick. $4,000. That's the value of the average tax refund for Americans this year. $100 billion. That's the estimated total of 2025 tax refunds for families. $10,000. The average increase in annual take-home pay for working families. Think of it, $10,000 is the average across the country. 15%. The average tax cut for families earning between $15,000 and $80,000 annually.
Well, no, somebody say, man, they're not going to give us that. Now they're going to give it to you because they owe it to you. It's not stimulus money. It's money that they owe you. So they're actually going to give you that.
Yep. They think
so here's the go. Like, I want y'all to see something too. Here's some income levels that this showed us, right? And this just came out. What your income level actually means. So lower income, $1,500 a month, very expensive, feels urgent, feels impossible, stagnant, and fragile. Money here is about getting through the month. Watch this. Stably paid, right? So $3,000 to $5,000, $4,500 a month, needs are covered, progress feels slow, saving feels difficult, you're surviving, not building, right? Let's go a little further, right? $45,000 to $6,000 a month, routine expenses are manageable, lifestyle inflation creeps in, raises don't feel like changing, money stress shifts but doesn't disappear. $6,000 to $9,000, you feel more comfortable, more decisions, more responsible, money becomes about balance, not survival. Let's go a little further. Right, upper middle class, and this is how they have it labeled. This is not even me. This is how it's labeled when you think about when they're looking at the pockets of the world. Right, so $9,000 to $12,000, you become upper middle class. Optional increases, time becomes valuable. Financial mistakes feel expensive. Income improves, complexity increases. Watch this: $12,000 to $25,000 a month. Lifestyle is no longer constraint. Focus shifts to structure and efficiency. Taxes and decisions matter more. Money becomes strategic. And let's go a little further, right? $25,000 to $80,000 a month. Income is no longer the focus. Preservation replaces accumulation. Control matters more than growth. This is where perspective changes. Then $1 million to $2 million per year. Capital works harder than labor. Decisions makes more effort. Risk becomes asymmetric. And money is an operating system. Let's go a little further. So I want you to just understand that then there's another level that gets to more than $2 million a year.
You know,
that's the level where they think that, hey, this is that ultra wealthy thing, right? But I want you to understand this. Watch this. I still want you to understand this. Even though that's how they have it bracketed, I want you to know something. Go back to that screen for a second. Go back to that screen for a second. I want to show something. Go back to the... I know some people that...
the rich and the wealthy would have been flip-flopped.
The most important thing is to get on it now. Like when you know it's a problem that you don't know something, it's time to start learning. You know what I mean? Brick by brick. Even if it's one thing a month, one thing a week, just start learning. And by the end of the year, you're going to be somewhere you wasn't yesterday.
And they're no better off than people that's doing $3,000 a month. And the reason why I say that is because when you don't have financial discipline, $1 million a year can feel like $1,500 a month. Watch this. When you have a whole bunch of subscriptions that you don't use, I just told myself this, I'm like, bro, we got to stop going to DoorDash so much. I'm being a trap buyer. I did it for the snow stuff. I was like, man, I don't got this. I don't got this. I looked up, I'm like, do I spend $500?
Got comfortable.
Like, how did I spend $500? I said, man, it's not even me. For the snow stuff, I was like, man, I don't want to go outside. I need this DoorDash. But I ordered like 10 DoorDash in 2 days. I'm like, wait, why did I spend $500, bro?
Yep.
Right? So watch this. You got to know how to control the money. Watch this. You'll never run out of things to buy if you don't discipline yourself.
Yeah.
You'll never run out of things to buy because America is great at making us consumers, trap buyers. So one of the things you got to do is watch this. The goal is, watch this. I'm going to say this, we'll move on. The goal could be to make $1 million a year. But the real goal should be, how do I find discipline where I am now? Because if I don't have discipline now, I'm going to blow $1 million a year. And then you need $1 million a year to survive. And I promise you, it's easier to be able to maintain what you have now than to keep maintaining $1 million a year. Because the goal can't always be, I need to make more money, I need to make more money, I need to make more money. Then you're going to overwhelm yourself. And then you're going to put yourself in that situation where you're willing to risk your life. You're willing to end your life. You're willing to take drastic measures because you feel like you're behind. When really, if you can say, all right, like, I was making it off this, like, I don't even need that. All that's extra. Like, if I ain't got a business that I'm putting money into, bro, I wear the same stuff. They can tell you every single day. I got like 7 jogging. I wear them every day. I got a closet full of clothes. I wear the same 6 or 7 shoes. I just put them on repeat. What happens is we really start getting really good. You know what we get really good at? Buying stuff that we don't need.
Yep.
I was talking to one of my mentors, and he was telling me.
I don't do that. I talk other people out of doing it, but they don't listen to me. They act like they listen, and they be like, give me some advice. Give them some advice. They go blow their whole check again.
I was like, why? He's like, they can't afford it anymore.
And then they be hating on me when I'm going out the country, having a good time. Like, I told you, just save your money up. Stupid.
And what happens is, watch this, it's just like, that's why I say the stock market is learning how to trade is such great personal development.
Definitely.
It's because, watch this, when you see in green, you think it'll never go red.
I ain't even gonna lie. What he just said, when it go green and you don't think it never go red, that's why I got fucked up and put in a blender in my own trades. Like, I wouldn't take none of the trades Wall Street was taking. I started taking my own because I don't want to depend on somebody. You know, if you depend on somebody to feed you, that means one day they could starve your ass. So if anything ever happened to him, who the fuck I'm gonna be fucked up. So I was trying to learn, but I started getting greedy and wanting everything to keep going green, and taking a little profit, but then throwing more profit on it when it was, I just end up, I learned a lot in the last 2 years, but learning not to be greedy is the most important thing in the stock market.
Right, so I'm telling you, trading becomes the biggest personal development you can ever take because it's going to, 1, expose who you are, and then 2, it's going to make you fix it. Because if you don't fix it, you start making the same mistakes over and over and over again. So what you got to do is find risk management, not just in trading, you got to find risk management in your life.
Yep. Everywhere
How do I find life risk management? All right, cool, I had $1 million a year. Okay, watch this. So people to make you think, man, why are you thinking negative like that? No. I'm not thinking negative. I know that, yes, it is possible for me to have $1 million a year again, but I don't want to. Watch this. I don't want my life to change if I don't have one.
Yep.
Right? I don't want the quality of my life to change if I don't have $1 million a year. The one thing you would say about me, you be like, Trap, bro, like, I let people guess how much money I got because that ain't for me to talk about, but you don't be seeing me on private jets like that. Now, I'll do first class. Why do you private jet for? Because watch this. Now, it's a difference between Kevin Hart. Because what Kevin Hart said, he's like, bro, I don't know the last time I flew, bro. I don't even know the last time I flew on an airplane, right? He's in a different phase of his life, right? That's cool because they becomes a writer, becomes all kinds. He's like first class. What that is? A Biscoff cookie. What is that? You know what that is, right? He's like, Brian did that in like 15 years. I'm like, though, that's dope. For me, I'll go first class. I'll also do Comfort Plus. Right? I want, no matter what life I'm in, I won't be able to go first class or Comfort Plus. I'm okay with that. But I'm not afraid if they ain't got the seats booked, I'll go in the back. So I want you to understand, I don't want the quality of my life to change. Watch this. If at certain seasons of my life, financially, things may be a little different. So that comes from, how do I manage money? How do I do certain things? How do I navigate this space? Am I good at just sitting on my hands and not spending money? And I want you to learn that. I want you to be able to say, all right, bro, like, yep, I had my $1 million a year, but it don't cost me $1 million to live, but it may cost me $250,000 to live this year. All right, cool, that's sustainable. Because now I don't need another $1 million a year to sustain that. But if I have a $500,000 a year, I can still sustain that $100,000 a month, $200,000 a year. You can still sustain that, right? But if you have $1 million a year and it's costing you $800,000 to live, yo, you check engine light on, fam. The financial check engine light is on. All right, let's go a little further. Now let's go further than that. Let's do something else. Let's go. All right, let's go like this. China has cleared its tech giants to prepare for orders for NVIDIA, 200 chips. Now, China is preparing for this, right? China has told its major tech firms like Alibaba, Tencent, and ByteDance that they can prepare orders for NVIDIA's H200 AI chips. It marks a potential win for NVIDIA as China is prioritizing infrastructure. But remember, China was like, hey, don't buy that. Remember, China is definitely playing chess right now. This is how China compares to the U.S. Active military personnel, China, America, and U.S., that probably goes to China because they have way more. But active aircrafts go to America. Fighter jets, America. Navy fleet, China. Aircraft carriers, America. Defensive spending, America. Satellites, America. GDP normal, America. America and China will be at odds at all phases because everybody is always positioning to be the winner of the game. And what I need us to do and what I need us to focus on is, how do we play the game at a high level? And I'm going to end it right here, man. I think we've been doing it long enough. We've been in here for 3.5 hours.
3.5 hours,
so what I want to say to us is this,
we
man.
made it. Another Tuesday.
As we play this game and as we navigate this game, I want us to be able to navigate the game with confidence. I want us to be able to navigate the game with clarity. And when we do that, we don't have to focus so much on what's not happening for us to be able to live our life comfortably. Because people gonna always scramble. Watch this. When financial turmoil hits the world, it's not the people at the top that feel it. It's the people in the so-called middle and the people at the bottom that feel it. It's the people that have no financial discipline that feel it. And what I try to do and what I try to help us with is I want us to be able to look at the scene and say, hey, it may not be now, it may not be tomorrow, but I see it. And because I see it, I can prepare for it. You got to be willing to do the stuff now that people are not willing to do now so that when everybody freaking out, you're not under that pressure.
Right.
And that's why I love the market.
That's right.
And so I challenge everybody, and I'm going to tell y'all, and I'm going to say it loud, I'm going to say it it's coming, y'all. Everything, it's coming, y'all. We can't look at everything that's happening and keep acting like we don't see what's coming. It was different in 2020 because you wasn't aware of it. But now you've had 6 years. Like once you went through the pandemic, boom, you woke up. No matter what you thought before the pandemic, like, yeah, man, it's all good. I ain't tripping, yada, yada, yada. Because the pandemic made us realize something. Ain't no job safe. The pandemic made us realize that, hey, rents is going up, but my dollar ain't the same no more. Quarter juices ain't quarter juices no more. Quarter chips ain't quarter chips no more. Damn, that rent high. Damn, that light bill high. Damn, them eggs is high. Damn, that milk is high. Damn, that bread is high. Wait up, man, I'm working 2 goddamn jobs now. And so the market can change our lives, but we got to be willing to navigate the market and not let that greed take over, y'all. Because it's going to show up. And here's what I want you to know. We've been getting saved from a recession. I'm talking about a 2008 type recession. When I came home, I ain't gonna lie, I was back trapping, so I ain't really feel it. But I looked around and I was like, damn, they got a lot going on right now. And I'm telling y'all, we not far from it.
That's how
it may not happen this year. Right?
When you sell,
man, if you prepare for it, it don't matter when it happens.
Especially if you buy at the wrong price.
And you want to be financially prepared, y'all. You want to be financially astute. Don't get caught up, I promise y'all. Don't get caught up in all the fancy clothes. And I promise you, fam, like, I don't know when the last time I bought myself, like, I bought some Hokas, because Bernard bought me a pair for my birthday, and I said, bro, you know what, I'm going to give me another pair. I went to Dick's Sporting Goods and bought me like 3 pairs of shoes. I'm like, bro, now ain't the time for that.
Got them Hokas on.
Because I see it coming. And I'm not trying to prove to nobody that I can keep my lifestyle up. I know, you know what I want? I want to be the person, be like, hey, I'm all right over here. My family all right over here. My kid all right over here. I can still put money in my daughter's brokerage account. If me and my daughter mom may not be seeing eye to eye, but if she need me, I might look out for her. My cousin might need me. I know one thing, man, there's people who may need me, and I won't be able to say, yo, we good.
That's real.
That time coming. And we know for a fact, watch this, America not gonna save us when they drowning.
Them bars right there.
They're going to say, every man, get it how you live. They're going to say, every woman, get it how you live. Guess what? Louis Vuitton ain't going to close.
There,
guess
man.
what? Every designer store, not going to close. Guess what? Banks, they still going to charge overdraft fees. Guess what?
He lied to
Rent,
people
them landlords going to still want it. Guess what? Food, they ain't giving away nothing.
The market was terrible. Market been printing.
And so what we got to be able to do is look 1 year ahead and say, yep, it may not be happening now, but man, we didn't happen in 2020. It didn't happen in 2021. It didn't happen in 2022. Got a little taste of it late 22, but 2023 bounced out of it. 2024, 2025, markets is soaring. We 6 years out of really letting it touch us, and they keep on printing more money and China doing this, and yo, there's only a matter of time before the straw break the camel back. It ain't up to us to guess when it's gonna happen. It's up to us to prepare for when it does.
Ding ding.
And a lot of us, you don't have the option. As much as people hate America and all that, you don't have the option to move. It's hard to uplift your family from here and go to Dubai. It's hard to uplift your family from here and go to Spain. It's hard to uplift your family from here and go to somewhere else, another country, and move. So guess what you got to do? You got to thug it out in America until it get back right. And that may take a year. That may take 8 months. That may take 2 years. That may take 5 years. You don't know how long it's going to take. So you need to be in position. And they taking jobs with robots. No matter what they saying, AI ain't going to take no jobs. They taking them right now. You see it every day. They say, hey, we hired a lot of people during the pandemic. We letting them go. Amazon letting 40,000 people go. Apple letting 10,000 people go. Microsoft letting 10,000 people go. Corporate jobs. We see Amazon right now with over 1 million robots in the warehouse. Once people see that, you don't think other companies following? So the warehouse jobs, the hospitality jobs, they all leaving.
Yep.
They all leaving. And so this is the game that changes our life. Man, you don't got to make 10,000. Man, how do I make $1,000 this month extra? Let that be a goal. Don't let the people get you, I got to make $100 a day. Man, it ain't that easy.
Sure ain't.
What's my goal, man? I want to make $1,000 this month. What would an extra $1,000 a month add to your income? That's 12 extra $1,000 a year.
Yep.
And then you learn how to pay taxes on it, or you get with the people of Verizon Trust and you realize, hey, this is why I can get that deferred at. How do I make an extra $1,000 a month? Man, you know what that extra $1,000 a month gonna do for you when the world can't get a job? And here's the thing, when the world start crumbling, they can't give free money no more. Ain't no more stimulus. That's the goal. Now, how do I make $100 a day? It's impossible for you to make $100 a day for 30 days in a row. You ain't gonna get 30 trades right in a row. So don't fall for that BS. The goal, how do I make $1,000 a day? Now here's the dope part about that. If I make $1,000 a day, I don't need to make $100 a day because I don't got to be active every day. Guess what? That starts to compound because then you build yourself up. Because here's the thing, you make $1,000 2-3 months in a row. Guess what? You build up some skill to say, hey, I can switch that to $2,000 a month. And so now you learn how to make $24,000 in a year. What would $24,000? Well, Trap, what about taxes? Well, if you're not with Horizon Trust, guess what? That's still 32% because it's active income. You take 32% from $24,000. Guess what? You pay Caesar what Caesars do if you ain't learned how to do it yet, and you still sitting on about $15,000, $17,000. Guess what? That's an extra $17,000 a year you just made. Add that on to what you have. You can change your life. The goal is the internet that made you think you got to get rich overnight instead of building the skill to say, how do I take care of my family and make sure we financially secure? That's the game. That's the game. Let's go with realistic expectations that we can build on. Systems, processes, procedures that we can build on. And then we start putting budgets in place. Hey, just because I made an extra $2,000 a month don't mean I'll go spend that. It means, nope, that's the reserves. And I'm not over trading because I made it. I'm building the account up and I'm sticking to my rules. And then I go figure out, hey, how can I get some passive income? Hey, let me go get a laundromat because that's for show money. That's how we change the game. That's what I want for us. Because it's coming, y'all. And I want everybody who lock in on this channel to say, hey, it might ain't happen this day, but Trap told us and we prepare. We see it. I'm not trying to be the biggest. I just want to be able to say, hey, you come to this channel, you watch this show, I gave you some tools to help you navigate when shit hit the fan. And if I did that, y'all, we done our job. It's your boy, the Wallstreet Trapper, man. I love y'all. I want y'all to have a good night. Hey,
you too,
we
brother.
just dropped Jose? We just dropped the YouTube on the personal page. Go check that out. It's phenomenal. Jose putting a chat in there right now. Yo, it's one of them ones. I recorded that right before the show. So if I was a couple minutes, it's a phenomenal episode. Go to the Wallstreet Trapper YouTube page. Jose gonna drop the chat in there. It's gonna be real good. Also, man, come join the Patreon, man. We got the top show. We're doing the chart classes once a month. Rob gonna do the chart class this week, Saturday. Then we're gonna have a trade audit class probably coming in next week. We got that coming. Make sure you get your merch. Make sure you get your merch. Make sure you get your merch. Other than that, man, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Download it on all podcast platforms. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We see y'all next week. Same time, same place. I love y'all. We out. Patreon. Who got the grilled cheese sandwiches? You hear me?
We in there.
I'm out, bitch.
I'm in there right now.
Good show, y'all.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to give a little information to somebody out there, you know. It's crazy when you doing stuff like this, information about stocks on how to like better your financial literacy, you know, how to change your mindset on how you look at money. People do not show up to watch stuff like this, but you will get thousands, hundreds of people to come watch Krishan and Blueface and Stunner Girl spaz out on the screen. When it's about making some money, nobody shows up. You feel me? I appreciate you, Amy, for showing up. You know what I mean? This ain't for me. This was for somebody. Like I said, out of 100 people, it may only be one person. That's who it's for. It wasn't for all 100 people. It was for you. God wanted you to see it. Everybody else, God already knew everybody else was just gonna walk right past it, slide right past it. You know what I mean? But God knew you was gonna stay and watch and remind yourself that it's time to keep pushing and learn more and earn more. So, you know, you got a legacy to build with your family and your kids and your just your whole family to build them up. Maybe it's you that God wants you to be the one to go learn this so you can build generational wealth with your family. You got something to go back and teach them and tell them and even introduce them to Wall Street Trapper. Get a part of communities. That's the best way I would recommend anybody beginning. Get in a community, somebody there to hold you accountable. Um, Even if you're nervous on getting in trades, get in trades with a group where we all in a trade together and we stick it out and we talk about what's going on. And now you got people to sit there and tell you stuff that you would have had to work all on your own. Now you got a whole partnership of people that's like, yo, Donald Trump just said this. Yo, the executive, the CEO just did this. He just partnered with this company, that company. This mean good for the company. We're going to be straight. Don't panic, stuff like that. It really helps. It really helps. Because when you in these trades by yourself, it's just like boxing. This is a one-man sport. Nobody else is in there, just you versus the stock. You know what I mean? So I would just recommend get a part of one of these groups, even if it ain't Wall Street Trapper. Find you somebody else that you may know or trust or understand. But in my opinion, Wall Street Trapper has been the best mentorship I have ever got for the value, the price, everything, even the free information that he give like on his lives every Tuesday. Is just I wouldn't even want to give this type of value for free. But then I noticed that people not even gonna pay attention. You could people want to make $1 million, but somebody would be sitting there telling them how to make $1 million, and they'd make excuses like, "Oh, he was born. Oh, I didn't like his outfit." They're gonna find something to hate on instead of listening to the message. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about what's in you and not on you. Most of the people who want to be successful, it's on them. But the people that is in, they'll never give up. They'll always find a way and they'll keep pushing no matter how many times life pushed them back. But yeah, I'm finna get ready to go to the store and take these dogs outside. I really appreciate you, Amy. We locked in. Hopefully you join the group. If you don't, I definitely just be going live every Tuesday showing Wall Street Trapper. We ain't gonna just be on the drama stuff all the time. We're gonna be on the money talks. So this is a place where we can come in, talk about money, even if it's just me and you. Shit, we're gonna thug it out, you know what I mean? But we're gonna be talking about money moves, money plays, and helping each other better each other, you know what I'm saying? So each one teach one, you know. So I appreciate you for coming up here, man. Make sure you hit the likes, comments, and subscribe. Everybody else that see it, much love to Amy. See you next week, or no, I'll probably see you tomorrow, you know what I mean? Depending on who else go live, you know what I mean? But every Tuesday, we talking about stocks. Every Tuesday. So see you. God bless. Love you, sister. Hope your stress go to the wrong address. RASS.